Hi everyone, welcome to the Great Pendragon Campaign Prologue, year 484, despite that number in the chat there saying 483. I'm going to update that real quick. I just realized I'm Bob, your super professional GM, and I'm back with a new computer, so we'll see if some of the previous issues finally go away. I'm going to kick it down to Thomas here.
Hell yeah. How dare you sully this super professional stream of friends with your minor typo. Hello, I'm Thomas. I'll be playing Sir Goratrix. We'll see how long that lasts.
Mark.
Hello, I am Mark, and I am also here. I will be playing Sir Edward, if he survives. Yeah, I'm excited to get playing today.
Ooh.
And Liam.
Hi everybody, I'm Liam. I am playing Sir Dalan of Durnford today. I'm real excited. Bob gave us a very ominous warning that there's a lot of opportunities for us to die gloriously, so looking forward to that.
All right, perfect. And then
There's something better than a glorious death. I'm sorry.
yeah,
A glorious life.
You mean the way to live it as a knight, right? Favoured Sons.
Mm.
All right. So before we dive in any further, can someone get a sound check for me and make sure that everything sounds good? We are on new computer on my side, so it's possible that things aren't sounding good. So I just need to make sure we're all coming in clear.
Okay.
That's my sound check. I'll pass it down to Thomas. Just do a quick sound check here.
Doop-doodly-doop-doop. Doop-doop.
I think
Mark
I think I'm all good.
and Liam.
I'm doing good. I'm listening on the stream right now, and I think I sound okay.
Excellent, excellent.
Yeah, I can hear everyone.
We're going to begin tonight with a feast. But before we begin, we shall figure out where the feast is. So let's do that. I need a D20 from one person.
Shall I take this one?
Go for it.
Let's
Go
do
for
it.
buddy.
19.
19.
Ooh.
Piece of candy. All right. 19 is somewhere in the Midlands, it looks like, or potentially the Saxon Shore. We'll find out. I need someone else
Oh,
to roll a second D20 to confirm for us.
shall I go next?
Yeah, go for it.
4.
4 is Thamesmouth. Thamesmouth. The White Tower.
Ooh.
I don't know what the White Tower
Ooh.
is. Let's find out. Let's see if I can find out quickly. Constable of the White Tower is Sir William ap Suluk. I have no idea who that is. I'm sure they're really important.
Another name for the Tower of Orthanc, which was Saruman the White Tower
Oh god.
over on the River Ison.
Oh, Constable
Not
of the
the
White.
opposite of the Dark Tower?
He's the Constable of the White Tower. He's an officer, which is perfect because this is a royal feast. He is renowned for being generous. Sir William holds a special position of constable of the White Tower and holds the keys to the king's own residence of Londonium. Wow. Okay, so he's a big deal. He'd let you know. Yeah. Is there anything that you all want to do at home before we dive into the feast? Back in your manners.
How's
To
Mom
break the
doing?
fourth wall, I'm going to lower my input volume a little, because I'm apparently quite loud. Am I still hearable?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Indeed.
You're
But
still
yes, sorry, I
hearable.
didn't mean to interrupt you, Liam.
Hi. Oh yeah. I would love. I would quite enjoy speaking to my mother and just making sure that she's okay, because I know things have been a little complicated and chaotic for her lately.
Yeah. So, Lady Flora, she
Yes.
is. Yeah, you can definitely speak with her. She's doing that thing where she's multitasking, and she looks very stressed as you approach.
Here, hang on. Let me get that. And Dalan will kind of move in to help lift the thing that she's trying to move, put it on a higher shelf.
She moves to pull it away. Do you have reading?
Do I have reading?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's one of your
That's
skills. It'd be like
Literatist, Dalan.
read
Read.
Latin, probably is what you'd either have or don't
Oh,
have.
I do. I have 0 Latin.
Do you? Okay.
I don't know how I've been writing all these letters. I might have goofed that a little bit.
No. You've been writing letters utilizing probably your mother to write them for you.
Ah, good. She's quite helpful. Thank you, Mother.
And Liam is you're on the far side as far as positioning. There you go. You're perfect, and you're perfectly.
I was
in the
leaning.
middle. Yeah.
I was leaning over to eat
All
potato.
good. That's the problem with these little windows. Is like go right out. No worries. Yeah. So, give me like an intrigue roll because her response is a little weird for you.
Intrigue, you say?
Yes.
His eyes light up.
I'd like to roll by passion immediately. Love family, let's go. That is a 15 out of 17 intrigue success.
Okay. Your mother's reaction just seems weird. It seems like there shouldn't have been that kind of response to you coming that close. You know when someone's like trying to hide something a bit, even though you can't read and she knows you can't read.
Yeah. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all. Are you getting ready to travel to the royal feast?
I was, but perhaps I've taken ill and need to stay behind. After all, the concerns of my family come first.
Oh, no, I think things are okay here. I'm just tidying up some paperwork.
I see. Mother, we've had to trust each other with quite a bit over these last few years, and I know it's been stressful, but I just want you to know that you can trust me as well, too.
Okay, sorry, I thought there was something following up the two.
Nope, she's good.
She says, I trust you'll do what's necessary for House Durnford. Always. You've always put this house before yourself.
I've put the family before myself, yes, but you're a part of that too, as an individual, not just the manor. And in a short amount of time, Perrin's going to be of age, and he'll be able to take over the brunt of the responsibilities. He'll need you, but you won't have to rely on just me anymore.
Give me... let's test intrigue. Suspicious versus trusting.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That is a 1 out of 12 success on suspicious. So let's see where we get with this one. And a 15 out of 8 failure on trusting.
You've never trusted your mother a day in your life.
Never. She's acting strange. I don't like it.
Yeah. You can tick suspicious.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. And you get the sense that something you said there with her struck a chord. Like that whatever she's stressed about, mentioning Perrin and something around that is what she seems to be a little stressed about.
There is something going on.
You know, when Perrin steps into the role, there are things he doesn't know, Elizabeth.
I know.
He has already inquired about why we've not saw your hand to others.
Well,
if it was purely your illness. And I guess I'm just...
Perrin will make his choice. When he becomes of age, when he takes lordship of the manor, we'll tell him the truth. And he'll do what he needs to do, what's best for House Durnford. The Count has offered Sir Dalan an outpost manor in Camelot Forest. I hesitate to be so far away from the family, but it might offer him a convenient excuse to simply leave things as they are.
I guess we'll cross that bridge when we're closer. For now, there's this year's matters to attend to, and you and I are the representatives of House Durnford.
And for what it's worth, so much has happened in the way of defying expectation, and we've managed this far. Our luck will hold, or our chances will be spent, and that will be true of tomorrow and the next day and the next day. Even if Perrin is on one of those days, it won't be the end. It won't be any more likely to be the end than any other day.
Are you trying to maybe make her feel better about this?
That's the attempt.
Okay.
Dalan's feeling kind of zen about it right now, so it's not
Yeah.
it's not the same level of stress for her.
Why don't you give me a courtesy roll? I know it's a
Courtesy.
little different, like it's not the etiquette side of it, but it is like the
19 out of
sincerity.
13 failure.
Yeah, it just, you can tell, that it's not for lack of your skill. It's just those words didn't really bring her any peace, but she seems content to own that herself. Like she's not trying to put that on you.
I get you. All right, time to saddle up.
Okay. We'll maybe cut over to Winterbourne Stoke and see if there's anything you wanted to add.
Goratrix, for his part, he's content with how things are at the moment. Granted, there is the sword of Damocles floating over his head, which he's going to have to deal with at some point. But at the moment, no one's fighting him yet. His reputation, his family's handling that. He doesn't have to get intriguey. At the moment, his chief duty is keeping Winterbourne Stoke and the lands in line, and they have seen a windfall this coming winter, or rather this past winter, and whipping Edith into shape. He's too lazy still. He's wonderful, but he's too lazy.
It's got those Big Lebowski vibes to him, for sure.
The dude may abide when he is finished with his morning chores.
On to Innocent. Anything from you, Mark?
I don't think so. Again, that wasn't exactly content. He's got a lot of things he's more working on in the background, but they're also just like general things that he can't really accomplish, looking for his mother and such. At this point, it's been years, so he's almost given up hope. Other than that, just writing letters and poetry. Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to clean up Goratrix's mess as well. Trying to contact the Lord of What's-Its Place. But I doubt that will get anywhere. I don't think he's interested in talking to either of them.
You're referring to
Lord...
the
Lord of
uncle?
Humblecreek?
Or Humblecreek?
Was it? No, I think Humblecreek. I don't think there's much to talk about with the uncle, unless he has something to say.
No, not your uncle. I meant your attempt at betrothing and her uncle.
Oh,
I thought that was what you were referring to. But you meant Humblecreek? What were you? Remind me. What were you doing as far as communicating with Humblecreek?
Mostly trying to set up just like a meeting to try and discuss to see if there's a way that they can just sweep this under the rug and try and end this as amicably as possible without
Alright.
someone dying. Because, the king kind of requested that.
Yeah, it's a specific order.
That's fair. That's
God.
fair.
Goratrix doesn't deserve such good friends. He just has no idea how this works.
Alright, so we're going to cut you over on the map just to show where the feast is. And I'm going to do that here as well, so people can see and stuff. So we said it was in Thamesmith, so it's here,
Ah, yes, I love water.
right?
I think so.
Yeah, so this is where you're currently going to be positioned for, so not far from London, or perhaps even in London. I'm not sure if the White Tower is exactly in London, but it's probably very close. All right,
London.
Or is it Londinium at this point?
Londinia,
Yeah.
Civitas.
Civitas.
London.
I know it's not great at this point in time. It's alright.
It smells.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's kind of a shithole.
A
It's-
one.
Yeah, it's more people than cities, or like city infrastructures aren't really, at that clean stage yet that they'll be at later
Mm.
on. So
Why is
Spoiler alert.
Keanu Reeves here?
right,
The one.
What?
The one is here. Why is the Keanu Reeves here?
It really,
I
his picture
understand.
just should have been that of like Keanu Reeves.
Just wake us up.
that's when he ages up.
I'll give you guys spoiler alerts. London never stops smelling. Throughout history.
Thanks for that clarification. Appreciate it.
It hasn't
rolling.
smelled good since the Romans left.
That was
Which
a
is
long
only
fucking
like
time
a-
ago.
Well, only about 100 years in this game, actually.
Yeah.
150. So
That's true. Went to shit very quickly and then kind of stayed that way.
literally.
We roll an appearance.
Yes, we're gonna dive into the feast, but before we do, we're gonna make this a. Do you want 4 or 3 rounds, guys? Your vote.
Oh, I do like feasts.
I do like.
I like feasts. I like
I
it when
wanna
there is more
say-
feast.
I want to say 4,
Okay.
but also
I will
I don't know
second
if 4 is
that.
too many. Okay.
It's like a twist
Did
in
not
Mark's
take
rubber arm.
much.
You twisted my arm with this. All right, let's go with it. 4 it is. Not happy about it. Let's go.
We'll live with it. We'll do it live.
So I wanted to add a couple things. I was reading the Book of Feasts over again, and there are a couple. Some of those actions seemed like really bad, right? Like it's like, what is the value of this? So I picked some of them apart. Obviously, with flirt, like that one's obvious, right? Because you can it can lead to courting, or it can just lead to. I think people do that one anyways, like sometimes. Indulge is one of the ones that was confusing to me, but by showing your temperance or by indulging a lot, you can actually gain the attention of the host. It's actually a way to gain the attention.
Oh.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's like by fasting, that might draw the attention of the high table, or by being the sort of most happy, chipper guy in the room, eating away and drinking and being merry, right? That sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
As far as game goes, I'm not really sure. I guess if you were just trying to play a character who's a little more like fun and rough around the edges, maybe someone who doesn't like the hotty toddy stuff, it would be good. But I personally would just keep pulling cards. That would be my.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Well, I don't see a point to them of just doing instead of just pulling a card. I mean,
Yeah.
intrigue, of
I
course,
love
because
it.
you can increase
Yeah.
your intrigue.
Yeah.
It's useful. And you can get
It's
information.
your philosophy when you draw them, that thing you say, fuck me up. I like that. I like the whims of fate, just like coming to our characters and then our characters reacting in the best way possible.
Gaming might be a little more interesting when there's money on the line, because you can, like, when money matters and you guys are running the book of the
Yeah.
manor and stuff, then getting an extra Libra by gambling might be something you're entertained by or whatever your character. But I think till we actually use money, the idea of gambling just kind of sucks. Like, it's not that
I
interesting.
need some battlement renovations.
All right.
Were you playing for credit? No.
So none of you are positioned yet, and we're gonna go ahead and get you to roll.
Alrighty.
It's an appearance
Hey,
roll.
success.
Oh, a failure on my end.
1 out of 14 success.
No.
I always forget I'm the prettiest of this crew.
You are the prettiest of this crew.
Of this
Yeah,
crew,
by
yeah.
far.
Just wait.
Yeah. The other crew will blow
Look.
everyone out of the water, right? Yeah.
Fucking the
We're
boy.
so
Spoilers.
foppish. All of us.
Okay. We're gonna go ahead and start with Dalan.
Dalan, Dalan's pretty for once in Dalan's life, I don't have a lot of intrigue I need to do at this feast. I'm pretty much just need to survive. Just need to survive until Perrin comes of age. So yeah, let's do a feast.
I will
Let's-
note that there are, and it's a 4-round feast, so it'll be coming up. But you see
Mhm.
some unfamiliar faces, and you see
Oh,
more
yeah.
more banners here than normal as well. So
There's the one, the two who,
The
no
three?
three though.
the
Yeah.
3 are kicking around. They're just not with the king. That's
Gotcha.
That's the high table. Yeah.
Dalan has learned that Edward is the one who recognizes people at parties and points them out to them.
No,
So
the one's already there.
yeah.
Oh, I'm not the one. One's over there.
He's over here. Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna draw a card for my first round.
Roger that. And you get
No, I draw 2.
maybe 3 now. What do you
3,
guys?
I think.
No.
Wait,
It's 4,000
no.
glory.
Yeah,
It's 2.
not
Yeah.
there yet.
So by the
Okay.
time you get there, we'll be switching to other characters. So there you go.
Yeah.
Shame.
Fashion disaster and difficult
Ooh.
questions.
Oh.
All right.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Okay, so another knight has arrived wearing the same clothing as you. Oh no. 1d20 versus your glory plus 1,000. Success.
No, I think it's divided 1,000.
Oh, divided by 1,000.
Plus
Okay.
1,000 would be ridiculous. You can't roll that
Yeah.
on a D20.
You cannot roll that on a d20. You're so right. Success, your status is higher, plus 1 geniality. If you decide to change clothes anyway, merciful check and miss the next round of the feast. A failure, his status is higher. You must miss 1 round of the feast to change your clothing or suffer minus 2 geniality per round until you do.
Oh, this is
Oh, man.
that's terrible but fun at the same time.
Yeah.
That is a lot of fun. I quite like that.
That's fun.
Then the other one is difficult questions. An unwed lady asks you how she looks. Flirting or romance, your choice. Keep this card. Oh, I know which one's more in character, but it's so much worse for me. Okay. Keep this card until you interact with another woman. You cannot draw cards while you keep this one. Each round, make 1 flirting
Okay.
or romance roll. Flirting success, the lady remains at your side, amused by your banter, plus 1 geniality. Romance success, the lady could get used to your comments, plus 2 geniality. Any fumble, you must discard this card and lose all geniality gained from it. At the end of the feast, if you still have this card, you may petition the lady's lord for permission to court her. Oh, that's gonna be challenging.
Right? Which one's better for Dalan? That's the question.
The answer,
Or more
most of the
entertaining.
answer is difficult questions, of course, because if Dalan were actually Dalan, that would be obviously helpful with the whole count thing. But I might be moving away to the middle of the woods, and I think I should roll something, some of my passions to decide which one I take here. You think? Do you think lustful and chase would be a good one to decide whether I take the other one?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
I like that.
Where is it? I've lost it.
Your
Oh,
sheet.
it's the top one. Yeah, I got it. That's a 19 out of 13 failure for Chase,
Uh-oh.
and an
Oh.
8 out of 7 failure for Lustful. So Lustful barely wins. Is that right?
Yeah, I think that's how we've played it, right? Is like if they both fail.
I think
It's the lower one.
Yeah, I think but what it comes down to is because neither succeeded, it is still your choice. But
Yeah. I think let's go with difficult questions. I think that geniality, if I manage to pull this off, is going to be amazing.
Okay.
All right, let's see. Here we go.
romance. What are you doing?
Oh man, that's gonna get a lot if it works. Okay.
Is Dalan the sort to love them and leave them?
Looking at what my ranks are, so it's either a +3 for flirting
Oh.
or a +2 for romance.
You did see that you can't draw cards though with this one anymore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I cannot draw cards. I think I can get rid of it though, right? Like when I want.
By talking to another woman.
Oh, and yeah, keep this card until you interact with another woman.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's fine with me. I'm fine with that. Besides, the likelihood of me fucking this up is pretty high, so we'll see what happens. Flirting, let's go. That is a 13 out of 3 failure, so nothing really happens.
Oh no, that's sad. But no fumble. All right, so what do you think this looks like? Like, let's workshop this one.
I think it looks like a nice lady, a nice pretty unwed lady comes up and asks Dalan how they looks, and Dalan foot immediately enters their mouth, just like, you look, well, you, good. You look good.
And there's no negative geniality for that, right?
No, it's just I don't gain anything.
Yeah, okay. She's gonna kind of move on past you at that point and be like, "Good day, sir knight." Like she's super unamused, but no one watches it. I think that's the important part. That's what avoids the embarrassment or the disgrace, is that no one's there to actually see it.
I'll get her next time.
Just wait till she comes around again.
And her name is Lady Angerad. Is her name.
Right
And I'm
on.
gonna say she's a Barrack Saxon because Angerad totally sounds like a Saxon name to me. So.
Uh-oh. Better not bring her back to.
No.
Better not bring her back
Yeah.
to Edward.
The Barrack, yeah, that's true. But Barrack Saxons are the good ones. So.
Yeah.
I don't know.
ones that-
I don't know if
I'm
that's
not
what
sure if Edward
believes.
discriminates.
Yeah, Edward
I'd love
doesn't.
to meet the lady that I'm courting.
Edward
I
does
have
discriminate,
questions
actually.
about that, but I can see by the slope of her nose that she's a Saxon, so she's dying anyway.
Actually, I think the problem is that Edward does discriminate. I think that actually is the problem.
That's very true.
Mm,
All right, so we're gonna move on to Edward for round 1 of the feast.
okay. Edward is going to draw a fuck me up card.
All right, good sir.
Let's see what happens. More food. Alms? Okay. Neither of these are great for me. I don't have Indulge as 16, so I don't have to choose that one.
Ooh, retreating sucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't wanna do that.
Well, in fairness, you've got to fail twice to get to that point.
Oh, because he could win temperate is what you're thinking.
And if
Well,
you fail
it's-
that and one's
it's-
indulgent, then you have to fail a con check.
Yeah, you fail a con check and then you miss the next feast round. Oh, but that's all of us. Okay. I'm not gonna do that to all of us.
Oh,
Why?
because it puts one of you in a position where you have to do it? Is that the idea?
Yeah, it's basically all of us
Yeah,
have to roll temperance versus indulgence.
It's like trigger minigame.
Pretty much, yeah. Let's go. No, I'm gonna choose alms.
Okay. You know what's funny? This is gonna be the same guy that's like gotten money off of Goratrix twice already.
Yep. Okay.
He's such a good salesman, he
Yeah.
doesn't pay good to pay
Every time we're in
attention.
London, he's like, stocks. He looks.
Oh.
We lost We lost the
We
Liam.
We lost Liam for a bit.
Liam.
I'm currently Thomas. Thomas, you're Mark. Mark, you're Liam.
Oh, okay.
I have become Mark.
I'm thinking that might have been a power
I
outage.
don't know if you guys can hear me, but I might have messed up the camera order. I can't
We
hear
can
you
hear
guys
you.
for some reason, and I don't
Oh,
know why.
he
I don't
can't
think
hear
the stream
us.
can hear you either.
Can you hear us now?
Hold on.
You can
I
hear
will
me.
private message
Okay.
him.
I'm reading Thomas's lips. I can't actually hear him
Okay.
still. So
All right.
Can stream still hear us? Is it just Liam?
The stream can.
okay.
Hold
Oh,
on. I'll
maybe if
perform
I
the
put my
technical
camera back.
difficulty stance.
We can also hear him on the stream.
Oh, we see a Liam camera.
I'm good. I'm fixed now. I
Welcome
fixed
back.
Can you
it.
hear us?
Excellent.
Hello?
Yep, I'm good. We're good.
All right, perfect.
Welcome back.
All right.
Welcome back.
I'm rolling spiritual.
All right, let's see how this goes.
Hey, success!
Ooh.
Success. But
Let's give at least one S.
1 silver. That's not bad. It's not a Libram. For each, gain 5
How
glory.
much money
Ooh.
do I have?
You're not gonna have a lot. Why don't you
It says
do?
I have 1 Libra. I
Yeah.
think I got it from rating. Is that where?
Yeah, you would. Why don't you give me, just out of entertainment purposes, give me 1. So we're gonna do 1d6 minus 3. Minimum 1 though, right?
Yep.
And if you roll a 6, it does explode. So it's possible
shit.
you've been stockpiling. It's possible you haven't.
Okay. Is that compound? Is that the rule? I forget how to write it, so I'm using the dog.
It's an explosive compound.
I forget how to do that too. You can just roll them one at a
Loading.
time.
I think it's a exclamation mark.
Okay. This should work, or it's not going to.
One of those. Oh,
It did.
So
7.
there you go.
Hell yeah.
That's a lot. So you reasonably want to leave 1 or 0. 0 will have some consequences for Florence coming into the mix.
Yeah.
Especially because your family is Roman Christian, and you're giving
Yeah.
it to. Actually, this is probably the Roman Church. Come to think of it.
I mean, Edward isn't of the Roman Church, so it doesn't really matter.
But your
But
family
his
is.
family is.
Yeah.
His family is, yeah. So yeah, he will give a good amount because, of course, he'll give
3 or 4, 5.
You know what? Let's give. I'm trying to do math in my head. We'll give 4, leaving us with 3.
Okay, 4, so you get 20 glory tagged, right? And
Yep.
you also can tick generous.
This bishop is getting so much money out of people who don't believe in his church.
He is the best.
He's great.
We're gonna have to draw
He's
him
the
out
best at
more.
what
I
he
think.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine 20 years later, he's still doing this.
We should get him a television studio. I bet he'd do pretty well with that.
Mhm.
Televangelist.
So you get 1 geniality from being near the salt, and you get 20 glory from
Money.
paying money.
The house will be proud.
Okay.
I also kept them some money. I didn't spend all our money. So there you go.
All right. Let's go ahead and move to Goratrix for round 1 of the feast.
Alrighty. Goratrix sitting below the salt, something that's been happening more and more recently, and he's not sure why. Still, despite all of that, he's going to draw some cards and see what happens to him.
Sounds like a plan. See how that goes.
We'll see how that goes for me.
I believe in
Host
you.
speaks at length. Christian virtue. Alright, let's read that. A monk wishes to show his worth. He hopes you will hire him after the feast as part of your retinue. keep this card. When I do, I gain +5 to all read, folklore, and religion rolls. I get a +1 geniality for each success on them. If I roll a success on indulgent, lustful, or worldly, the monk leaves my company and I discard this card. Alternatively, host speaks at length. The host rises and drones on about the current political environment. Energetic versus lazy. If energetic wins, I listen carefully and roll intrigue.
You don't
if
get
I
a choice,
succeed-
too, by the
you
way. It's a host
just
card.
one thing.
Card.
Also,
Got you. I thought it was.
it's a Christian card.
Got you. So as a pagan,
Ooh.
I don't get that. Never mind then.
I
will
might
roll.
I might actually like house rule
change that
on
rule?
that because
Okay.
we've had some really good times out of the pagan
The
and
Christian
Christian
It's very
card.
true.
Yeah, like
The social pressures will get you.
yeah.
Yeah, I really do need someone to read for me.
I also don't like skip a turn kind of mechanics in board games or anything else. They're just like it's like, and my turn was wasted. Like that's not fun. Like you know,
don't get to do shit.
yeah. So, host speaks at length. This is gonna be Uther actually, because even though someone else is hosting it, it's the royal feast of these.
Indeed, and it's that reason why I'm tempted to go for host speaks at length, because I do want a glimpse as to what is to come. That said, I would also like a pet monk.
All right.
I'm going to go with host speaks at length. We'll see how my intrigue fares me. The ghosts in Goratrix's head saying, yes, finally.
I feel like the pagan and the monk is either a sitcom or a reality show, and I don't know which is funnier.
So I bring you closer to what the Lord our God. You read and you write. Excellent.
Yeah.
Let me roll energetic versus lazy.
Ooh, you got a good chance of doing well in this.
I succeed at energetic, so yes. My ability to stay awake in the face of somewhat embarrassment is well and truly just in play. So let me roll intrigue, and we'll see how it goes. Big failure. Big failure.
What does that mean? Did you add the +5 too?
I don't get a +5.
Oh, it's only after you
since
succeed.
I need a success on the intrigue to get that. So I imagine this as just Goratrix going, the king's speaking. And then playing inside his head is the girl from Ipanema.
All right. It's interesting, yeah. So this must be the king talking to you though directly, right? Because it's like it's you getting a glimpse of the future, not him speaking before the whole court, right?
Yeah, the people. The host rises and drones on about the current political environment. So I think it's an endurance match, and Goratrix is in the final innings. He's just not getting anything from it.
Okay, that's really interesting because it's like, well, why wouldn't Liam and Mark's character, and you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's not an all players thing. That's odd.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if
I'm happy to roll.
Yeah, they could roll if they like.
I'm thinking this might be Uther like getting up and talking, but not necessarily to everybody. You know what? You won't get the benefits, but why don't you both test energetic versus lazy? Because I've got some stuff I need to get out here anyways. So this will be Dalan and Edward testing energetic versus lazy while Uther drones on a bit.
You know, I'd really like to see him in combat. He's a good fighter.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Doesn't matter. Failure in both ends.
Challenge the king to a duel. I'm sure that'll go well.
And
Maybe
Liam,
he'll like me if I fight him.
and Liam, you're gonna do energetic versus lazy as well.
Awesome.
Not that I want to duel him, it's that I want to see him killing the Irish.
I almost never roll chaste and lustful and energetic
Hey!
and lazy, so... Hey! Oh no, does that mean I'm dueling the king? Oh no!
Now you make an intrigue roll.
Yeah!
You borrow Goratrix's brain cells for a moment. Wait, what am I fighting? Hell
Fuck
yes.
yeah! 3 out of 17.
All right. So, Uther, you know when someone slides in something really important at the end, and it's like probably there was a speech later that was gonna talk about that, but they're just like, oh yeah, no big deal. Like they're investigating you for murder, like that kind of thing. Like,
Just one more.
You're
thing.
like, wait, what? Yeah. So, as Uther's talking at the very end, he's just like, oh, and I forgot to mention, of course, we humbly appreciate the envoy from the Kingdom of Malahaut arriving here with the news of the Saxons. And you're kind of like, wait, what news? The Saxons?
The news of the Saxons? The news of the Saxons, my lord?
Yeah, and it's one of those all like the whole feast is silent while Uther's talking. So, and you're like far away, you're off doing your own thing, but you kind of catch that on the side, and you're like, huh. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I might need
Just here at the very end. Here.
those
Maybe-
foreign
maybe my-
envoys, they're here.
Yeah.
These two are. No, they're not. They're above the salt. They're not at the high table though. So.
Oh right. Well, my new girlfriend's gonna have to wait. I think I need to figure out what's going on with that shit. Hey, my intrigue's. I'm back in it, guys. I got a mission out of feast again.
Back in it.
Okay.
Alright, let me get rid of these two.
And we're on to round 2 with Dalan. I have nothing to
Dalan.
add because that was kind of Maddox like clapping. He's really excited about something after Uther talks. He's basically doing this like in the most Maddox way possible too.
Yeah.
Real himbo energy. Just
And that's why we're friends.
Oh my god! Thank you so much.
I hope
for
he never
stalling.
dies.
Thank you guys so much for stalling. I ate too much food before I was supposed to speak, and it was like,
I
you
could
guys
see
saved
you struggling.
you saved my life. Thank you. Okay. So I will not be talking to my girlfriend yet, my new girlfriend yet. Instead, I would like to do some intrigue to try to figure out what exactly he meant by that. I see there's those two diplomats, whatever, representatives. So I'm gonna ask some of the Pendragon household knights, or like Uther's inner circle, whoever's sitting near the salt. I'm gonna do some intrigue and see if I can figure out what the fuck is going on with that.
okay. Do you have anyone in particular you want to ask, or are you just kind of gossiping around the near the salt table, like around?
We have a working relationship with Bernie Pants, and we also have Dalan specifically is pretty cool with Maddox. Do you think Maddox would let him talk to him about that stuff? He seems excited.
Yeah, Maddox is around like talking at this point. He's probably left the high table, so
Cool.
that is a possible thing.
Yeah, I'll go have a chat with Maddox.
Okay.
I said his name right that time. Hell yeah.
It's all basically the same thing back then. So there's probably like 20 different ways to say the name. Certainly 20 different ways to spell it. So, including Maddox,
Rachel
Maddox, and Maddox.
Mad Dog. Mad Dog.
Mad Dog.
Yeah.
I like Mad Dog.
Maddox.
But yeah, Dalan will just kind of make their way over and go,
Maddox.
oh, it's good to see you. You seem to be in fine health.
Of course I'm in fine health. Did you hear the news? Going to war against the Saxons. Finally.
Well, that wasn't hard. I must have somewhat missed that. I know Uther mentioned You mentioned something about Saxons.
Yes, they're reinforced up north. It's okay. We'll deal with them, and once we destroy them, we'll return here peacefully. It's time to drive them off the island. We've waited too long. I had a taste for real fighting when we engaged the Irish all those years ago now.
Yes. I'm sure Count Roderick would agree with you. He holds a rather famous grudge against Saxons, and of course you know Edward's taste in that direction.
Oh, well, aside from the barrack Saxons, they all can die in a fire as far as I'm concerned, or on the battlefield, which is the plan. And of course, I plan to enforce that. This will be an opportunity for all of the Knights of Logres to prove their mettle, or be known as cowards forever. To each man their own sword, he says, as he pats you ridiculously hard on the arm in that super Chad way that Maddox can be. So.
Oh no, he's getting worse. Oh, my beautiful baby boy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dalan kind of like awkwardly laughs and goes, I suppose so. Just be mindful not to forget all the blood that comes with those things. Tell me, those two, are they representatives of the Saxons?
Saxons? Oh no, they represent the Centurion King. I don't know much about it. It's not really a matter for me. And he points to the Duke and says, Ulfius there, he'd probably know if you were interested in understanding more.
I see.
His intrigue score is super low.
Dalan goes, I see. Oh, there was one more thing I meant to mention to you.
Yes, what is it?
There is a decent chance that I might be granted an outpost manor in the near future, down south in Camelot Forest. It's not for certain yet, but if that does happen, you might see far less of me at feasts, and I just wanted to let you know that that's where I was.
Yes, I'm sure. Well, if the prince calls for you, you'll certainly have to come.
Of course. It'll be good to catch up with everyone if that's the case. I have been working on some plans to try to develop it a little bit more than what it's currently at, but time will tell if that pays off. You'll of course be welcome to visit anytime.
I may take you up on that. I do like hunts, and if you're in the forest, well, perhaps we'll get up to something of high quality.
I'm not much of a hunter, but I suppose I'm going to need to learn in the near future.
I was hearing stories recently of a giant worm to the north. Curious to know if we're riding that way, perhaps one needs a slaying.
A giant worm?
Yes, flies, eats things, mostly people and livestock.
Is this news to Dalan?
You can test folklore, I would say. I'd say fairy lore, but I don't think dragons will account for that.
I have a 3, so I find it unlikely.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard of this shit before. I'm sorry, what? I've never heard of such a thing. Is that real?
I suppose we may find out.
Huh.
Once we deal with the Saxons, of course.
Oh, I need to tell Goratrix and Edward about this. Of course. One thing first, Saxons first. Enjoy your meal.
You as well, Sir Dalan.
You should check in with Edward and Goratrix too if you have an opportunity. They miss you.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be able to fight together soon. Just like the
Dalan.
old days.
Yes, old days. 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, about
It's
three
more
and a
like
half
here.
now.
It might be 3.5 now.
Three and a
Yeah,
half now.
yeah.
But
In a
yeah,
while, we they
You're not
burned
wrong.
some villages while I disapproved.
I
Um,
tutted.
Dalan will kind of nod and excuse himself. Let Medic hang out with his jocks.
yeah, and he'll go back to doing just that as we turn camera in on Edward.
Edward, completely unaware of the topic of his favorite conversation, is going to draw some cards.
Can lead to things.
Real quick.
Yep.
Does Dalan get anything for a successful intrigue check?
Oh,
I didn't actually make an intrigue check. He just offered all of that information to me. So
Yeah.
You did make an intrigue check.
But
oh,
no.
right.
Did you roll
That's
for
right.
it?
It
No,
wasn't.
it's a different.
It wasn't
That
his
was a
card.
separate
It wasn't Dalan's card, so
Oh yeah.
it wasn't.
That's
Was
right.
Dalen want to roll anyway? Because there's always the bonus you get for it.
No, but it's not Dalan's card, so I'm not going to offer
Yeah.
a bonus.
Roger Dodge.
No, I meant more for the action, not for the card. Like the intrigue action, because you get something for it, don't you?
Dalan did trigger intrigue. Yeah, go ahead and make an intrigue roll. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm getting mixed up with Uther's conversation from before that.
Yeah, I get you. And I do not get the bonus because it was not my card.
Correct.
As a 2 out of 17.
All right. You pass and you check it, actually.
Yeah. Oh, it's not checked this year. This is my first time this year.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. There'll be many more checkings of intrigue to come.
All right. So back to the cards for Edward. We got Mistaken Identity and Pagan Pleasures.
Oh, these are both fun. A mistaken identity. A knight mistakes you for another. He praises you for your deeds you did not perform. Roll modest versus deceitful. Modest wins. You inform him of his mistake. Roll courtesy. And if I succeed, I get a +1 for humble. If deceitful wins, you accept his praise and get +1 to deceitful. And then pagan pleasures. A bard sings of the pleasures of feasting. Spiritual versus worldly. Spiritual wins. Mouth waters. Gain +6, 1d6 to indulgence next round. Or worldly, I do what I want. However, it is a pagan card, so by the normal rules, I would not be able to pick it.
Yes, by
But I don't
normal
know if
rules. By normal rules, but I don't see any reason why you couldn't.
Either way, neither card really particularly appeals to me.
Yeah, so in that case, I think you can just choose which one.
Yeah. I'll go for mistaken identity because I think it's funny.
Go ahead.
You killed so many, bro. I know you.
Modest versus modest versus deceitful. Okay.
See what happens.
Alright, first up is modest. That's a failure. Deceitful success. Okay.
That's a failure, baby.
Let's see. We're gonna pick a random knight here. Right, so this is
Holy shit, this guy loves his family.
Yeah.
He loves his family so much.
This is Gwendolyn of Heartland County. He is generous but worldly. Love of family and gaming are his notable passion. Wow, that's a big passion too. That means he rolled straight 44 and got.
Yep.
Two
Two
got
fucking
2
fours.
Yeah. So I think Heartland County, and this is something. What could this be?
What is the deed?
Who would this be? You got any ideas? I'll workshop this with you.
I'm trying to think of what would be a deed that would be attributed to someone else, but is similar enough to Edward that they could be mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
It's either maybe another bastard, or it might actually be someone who's not a bastard.
Yeah, I think it's someone who's not a
Edward ends up
bastard.
going good. Okay.
That's what I sense. It's more like
Okay.
it's more that you're a renowned swordsman and you're getting mixed up probably for another renowned knight of some kind.
Okay.
Someone who's middle aged, but not like you're not stealing their.
Mhm.
It's kind of a little bit like you're humbly or you're deceitfully accepting valor on behalf of this.
Mhm.
Kind of like Bellius did that first time with you guys.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Okay.
I love
He must
him.
have got this card.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that deceitful roll, but didn't roll that too high. It could be valor in battle, or it could be something a little more mundane but still impressive, like a very cool hunt.
Edward is he's pretty good at hunting. Been on a few hunts.
Okay, maybe this is one of those things where Gwynlyn he drones on a bit. I don't want to waste too much time on this point, but maybe he starts to drone on. You're like, oh yeah, you must have heard about us in the boar, in 480
Yeah.
when we caught Merlin, and then you realize about halfway through the story that's not what he's talking about at all.
And I'm far too deep to make a 180, so you just go along with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
No.
That was
works.
me. I killed the white
I
hart.
killed the what? What did you say it was? Yes, that.
Yeah, whatever.
Killed
sure.
it good. Yeah, that thing.
I can't believe you killed that thing. Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
All right. That brings us on to Goratrix for round 2.
Alrighty. So Goratrix, knowing that something's going on, but also not knowing too much about it or how excited he should be, something about Saxons. I'm going to draw another card because so far it's been a little lackluster.
Okay.
And we're going to see if we can increase the luster. Oh god.
Fun.
Hostess needs advice. The hostess desires to speak with you about some problems involving another lady, and you chose me? Intrigue. The hostess nods at your advice, or with a critical, impressed by my perspicacity. Perspicacity. With a fumble, I manage to insult her. She glowers and stalks away. Oh, it's a
dear.
host card, so I think that's one of the things I've got to pick.
yeah.
But the opposite is fairy tales. Several ladies asked me to tell them something about fairies. If I succeed, I tell them entertaining stories, and the ladies smile. And on a critical success, they laud me as an authority on fairy lore, which is apropos for another game I'm in, but not one that I can pick at this moment.
And Uther, by the way, has no wife, so this would have to be the actual host's wife, probably. At this, which is fine.
The last time I got this card, it was Sir Roderick's new wife who asked me about problems fitting in with the knights.
Yeah, lady.
So yeah. All right, so let's see how this goes. Goratrix is absolutely ready to dispense some wisdom.
Oh.
All right, let's see it.
There's anyone who knows anything about women? It's Goratrix.
Who keeps telling people that?
Hands over to Jareth.
Some of my best friends are women. I won't name specific names.
I can't say who it is.
One of them's here, but it's not one of the knights. I'll let you know that.
That would be ridiculous.
I can tell you who it's not.
7 of 9. Yeah, I can tell you who it isn't. It isn't my closest and most trusted friends. I'm friends with Lady No, wait, hold on. She doesn't like me. I saved her from Saxons. She likes me. He points to Dalan's mum.
All right. Problems involving another lady.
I'll tell you what you shouldn't do. Fight her.
Okay. I know what this is. So the lady, what did we call her? What was the lady's name that Mark, the one that was Angered.
Angarad, yes.
Yeah, Angarad was the one that Dalan was potentially going to make a move on. You notice that Angarad is wearing the same dress that the hostess is.
Oh no.
But she's refusing. Like, she hasn't done it. For sure should be Angarad going to change. Like, it's her responsibility. She's the lower station than the hostess, but she's not changing her dress. So what do you think Goratrix's intrigue? Since he succeeded, what would have been his successful comment here?
On the intrigue, the ghosts that live in Goratrix's head are like, an opportunity to ingratiate yourself with the hostess. See what you can do to bring this to the attention of the lower class one. Goratrix is going to go, yes, that's a good idea that I came up with. And he's going to, if he catches the eye of the hostess, he's going to nod gravely. And he is going to go with respectful himbo energy over to Angarad.
Okay.
And just explain the, let's say, the courtly nuances.
Okay. Interesting. I like that. So that's for sure going to work positively for the hostess. But let's do a courtesy roll to see how well you politely put this for Angarad, or if you butcher that and make a bit of a scene for her, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So this will be a success regardless. Like, it'll be a higher geniality. At the end of the day, you're defending the hostess, right?
I want to be nice to this lady, especially because she interacted with Sir Dalan once. Would this be hospitality? It's not my highest.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You want to try
testing it? I'm going to quickly roll hospitality and see what happens, yeah. That is a success on that end.
Hey, there you go.
So I'm going to roll courtesy. I'm going to roll courtesy with a +5. Come on.
Go. Oh.
Whoa.
That is a failure on courtesy, so.
It's not a botch, so that's good, right?
Yeah.
But you can tell she's embarrassed. You can tell. Yeah, we'll say Goratrix. Goratrix succeeded his intrigue, so you can tell you've embarrassed her a bit. But you haven't made a scene, but she's she was just in the middle of flirting with someone, and your timing was bad. Essentially, someone had just returned with a cup of wine for her, and then.
By the way, you're being disgraceful at the moment. I'm just letting you know.
Do you want to describe what Goratrix said to her, or do you want to?
Goratrix tried to be courteous. It's just, God bless him, he doesn't quite know how that goes. He figures the best way is, honesty, and to just say full on, you're wearing the same dress as the hostess, and that is, very, very bad for the both of you, but you specifically should change, because you are lower class than her. Why are you looking at me like that? That's not rude to say, it's obvious.
But why are you booing me? I'm right.
I'm right.
The knight that was wooing her kind of laughs after she walks off and looks at you and says, "Well done." And he sounds it's a bit mocking, but not he seems more amused than anything else.
Well, thank you.
All right. So that brings us to the end of round 2. Before we go to round 3, I just want to see if there's anything else I need to lay as far as scenarios going on. Right? I don't think there's any other pieces to add right now. This is still going as is. But people are finishing eating, so access to that higher table is becoming easier, save for the king himself. As we go into round 3 and go back to Dalan. Actually, did you guys want to? One thing we haven't done this feast is give you guys a chance to reconvene and talk. Do you want to do that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about stuff.
Yeah. I do like that part of it. I felt like that added a lot to scenes when we had you do the between rounds part. So we'll say that there's a brief clearing as most finish their plates. The three find yourselves around one another despite Goratrix currently sitting below the salt.
Goratrix walks up, almost unheeding of the social separation, despite the last cards, and goes, "I think I made a new friend, and possibly a new enemy. But we'll see how it goes."
That's good. You know, I actually think I'm starting to enjoy this night.
What? You, a feast?
What can I say? Things seem to be going well.
Be mindful you don't jinx the evening.
Nonsense. No misfortune ever occurs when someone just announces they're having a good time.
I, for one, am actually not having that fine evening.
Really? What's
the
wrong?
matter?
Well, if there's a, do you know, like, when you see someone and you, like, start talking to them and, like, all of a sudden all of the words leave your body and you can't think of what to say, and then you get really nervous and then you just end up complimenting the shape of her shoes?
Yes.
Yes, I know that well.
Yes. I'm having that this evening.
Oh no. Well, I'll tell you what you shouldn't do. The first times that happened to me, I was very young and I thought I was under physical attack. So, heartbeat faster, sweat produced. So I started fighting people.
I did check
you
to
didn't
see
do
if I
that.
was. I did check to see if I was poisoned.
Good, that is wise. But you are a great person, and anyone who would see you would be...
I thought you stopped from
would be-
wonderful.
Yes. Would be lucky enough to see that. Who has caught your eye?
And Dalan will just kind of point to the lady he was talking to. Angred, was that right?
Angered, yep.
Angerad.
Oh, her. Oh, I upset her.
Oh, damn it, Goratrix.
She was wearing the same dress as the hostess. That's not a... forgive
You know,
me.
I'm not surprised anymore.
You see her leaving the feast right now. Just go change. Yep.
That's all right. That just means I can take the next round of the feast in stride.
If it would improve your chances, or if that's something that you want to do, you can duel me for her honor. You're a good fighter. You'll probably...
necessary.
You'll do well.
Look,
actually, that sounds kind of fun.
Right? It's like sparring, but like...
I don't think the three of us have ever sparred with each other, have we? We've always had to be so far away.
That's right, we haven't. Something we should do at some point. But I also don't think this is going to improve the situation as it is now.
No. I think we should keep all eyes off of Goratrix, honestly, if we can help it.
Yes, the less attention, the better.
Mm-hmm.
Which is
the
unfortunate.
The hostess seemed to appreciate my inroads, but, in theory...
Goratrix, I'll tell you what.
That doesn't mean what I think it means.
Goratrix, I'll tell you what. Should we get this current matter with Humblecreek Manor handled, once that's completely resolved, I promise you we'll duel each other.
Okay, excellent.
Good.
I would also be up for this. I just thought I would.
No, you were using your brain. You were thinking smart. I appreciate it.
I am too. It's just what is the A to B of an overbearing scandal over my head, which I have invariably dragged you two into, and us being able to fight
Oh, I
You
haven't been
mean-
dragged into it.
Yes,
Fair enough.
Dalan is luckily enough not involved.
I wasn't
Unlike
even.
some
I wasn't
of us.
even.
Yeah, you were
I wasn't
there,
even in the
sorry.
same county.
No,
Sorry. Yeah, you were in Summerland at the time. Sorry, I
Look,
just
I-
always imagine you near.
Oh,
You and your cousin look so alike.
he's blonde, but other than that, yes, we look very similar.
Jake,
The correlation was more along the lines of if somebody challenges you to a duel at another feast, people are probably going to talk about it.
Fair enough.
I think in this case, Dalan, I think your best, honestly, your best option in this is just speak from the heart.
Ugh, all I can think about are politics, though. That's the only thing I know how to talk about with any
Well,
clarity.
then just reshape it from politics into something a little bit more mundane, but still use those kind of ideas and thoughts. Like, I'll be honest, I have no idea how any of the stuff that you two deal with works. I barely scrape along as it is.
Oh, I think you
But-
did pretty fine just now.
I think more when it comes to matters of the heart, honesty is truly the greatest way you can go about it.
Oh,
The best domestic policy is honesty.
Yes.
Speaking of which, how are things going with your Oh gosh, what was her name? I know it was in your last letter.
Ah, yes.
You
Lady
are.
Ari.
Eri, that's right. She was nice. She was so nice.
She is wonderful. I find myself more infatuated with her at each passing day.
Oh god, I hope that's not what I turn out like.
Yes, well, it's a different experience. It's truly the first person I think I've ever felt this way for.
Wonderful.
Wish you all the best.
Yes,
With a heart like yours, I'm sure there's nothing standing in your way.
yes, well, the big thing standing in the way is sadly my friend's mistake. That will be corrected soon enough.
How's the
I
front?
hope
How's
so.
that?
If there's anything I can do without it getting worse,
I don't
please
know
let-
if there is, to be honest, Goratrix.
I know. I know.
You
I'm
are my
sorry.
friend. This does not look good on any of us.
How is
The
that
last
going,
thing.
by the way?
Sorry, you go.
Sorry, no, just how is that going, by the way, in terms of getting that meeting to talk about it?
Every letter I send, I get nothing in return, or I just get a simple no.
I see. Then
So far, no one
perhaps-
sent any assassins after me, so I think he's not that upset.
I think he's pretty upset.
Perhaps we could. Perhaps I might have some luck where you haven't. I might be able to pull a few strings.
If
See
you
what I
could,
can
that
do?
would be truly very helpful.
I just
Oh.
want to say, from the heart, I truly am sorry. I never meant for it to get to this point or to drag you into this, Sir Edward.
You have always been a good and loyal friend to me, Goratrix.
Just
And for
about
that you
this
have-
time, as you guys are talking, Matic is walking by and he doesn't stop. He just keeps going. He's like, "You both ready to kill some Saxons?" He's super happy and he keeps going.
Wait, we're
And
killing
I just
Saxons?
think,
Hell
wait,
yes!
what the fuck did he just say?
Oh shit! Right, I'm so sorry. This completely slipped my mind. We're going to war.
Holy! How did that slip your mind? This is cool!
I was thinking about that nice lady. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
You must
Yes.
really be infatuated if war slipped your mind. It's a pretty big thing, even if you don't like it.
I'm not. It just occupies so much of my brain space. Okay. So we're going to war, and you're gonna love this, Edward. It's with Saxons. We're pushing them out of the north. The intention is to drive them completely off the island.
The table we're sitting at right is 6 inches.
I think Edward just stands there for a moment with his hands clasped, and there's For a moment, there's a smile, and then it disappears. And then it returns again, then it just... Not quite sure how to feel in this moment.
I think it will be rather exciting. Medic seems rather gung-ho, though. I worry that he's not taking it seriously.
Well, in fairness, he believes, and quite rightfully so, that it is the knight's duty to, well, just essentially be the long arm of the realm, to fight the enemies, and in this case being the Saxons, can finally avenge the Knight of the Long Knives. And honestly,
Very
it has
true.
been so long since we've fought a war against, like, things that weren't, magically shifting around us. That was messy.
To finally wipe them from our shores. Remove every last one of us.
Right. I forgot who I was talking to. You're right. This is a great idea. There's nothing wrong with this plan.
Oh, wait, hold on. If there's something that I'm missing in my lust for battle and to prove myself gloriously in combat, please. Because the politics kind of went over my head, because I think that might have been what Uther was mentioning in that speech, but I just heard foreign policy.
There's always a cost for the blood. That's my only issue. Still, I'm grateful that at least we're not fighting our own countrymen this time.
Yes. It was a welcome change.
But right, I'll see what I can do about getting you that meeting. I know you've both got no better resources.
What meeting?
No.
Oh,
right.
yes.
With
Right.
Humblecreek. Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I'm just
You were thinking about Saxons.
preoccupied.
No, I understand. If you need to excuse yourself to scream into the clouds, I think nobody would mind.
I shall consider it. With that, he goes.
I'll see if I can talk to Humblecreek Manor and get that meeting arranged. I know your resources are no worse than mine, but still, I might have a few threads I could pull at.
All right, we're gonna go with that. We're gonna go back to Dalan for round 3.
Round 3.
Before we
So
go,
I was
Goratrix
gonna
is
roll
going to
flirt
go-
again this round,
Sorry.
but sorry, it's all good. I was
She'll be
gonna
back
roll
for round 4.
exactly. So, I am gonna do that thing I just said I was gonna do. I would like to do another intrigue, and I'd like to see if there's any way I can leverage all the intrigues I've made this year or these last couple of years, and see if I can get Edward and Goratrix a peaceful meeting with the Lord of Humblecreek Manor to see if they will negotiate.
Okay. And how did you have a sense of how you wanted to pull that off? Or
Well,
do you want to workshop it a bit?
Yeah, I would like to workshop it a little bit. I don't want to rely on Matic too much. As I've already used him for some stuff like last year, and I don't want him to feel used. That being said, I feel like I've done a lot of intrigues this year, and or this game so far. I feel like there might be some people that I'm just used to kind of talking to about stuff. I'd like to see if anybody might have an avenue of approach that we haven't considered yet that might get us a meeting with him. You know, something that I can say in a letter that might be more effective than what Edward's been trying. That kind of stuff.
You know a number of knights of good renown.
I do.
Some who you've made friends with at previous feasts. Who's that guy from Cornwall?
Sir Robert?
Robert of Gigant.
Yeah, Robert of Gigant.
Yeah.
I like that guy. I haven't spoken to him in ages.
I wouldn't say he's a high renown. Like, you certainly have like bigger figures you can approach to. Why don't you test your intrigue first, and then
Sure.
maybe this
And we'll
is
see.
you scanning around and kind of thinking about your options, and then depending
am I
on
gonna
how you
figure
do.
Yeah.
Before you roll, don't forget to add your geniality to it.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, you get to do that.
Oh, should I roll my Sir Goratrix passion as well?
You could.
Got a
Or
15.
your trio. You guys got that trio squad one too, right?
I'm not gonna roll the Favoured Sons because it's a 10, and I don't fancy my odds.
I am as loyal to you guys as I am to Uther. That's how much I care about you guys.
Oh,
It's a good team
cheers!
in both.
That's adorable.
I'm not that loyal to you guys, to be honest.
I'll throw you guys under a bus immediately for my family. Sorry, it just
I've already
no
done it
contest.
twice this session.
I think I will try to roll the Sir Goratrix because even though Edward's being affected by this too, Goratrix is the one who stands to potentially lose his life.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
let's see how this goes. Do I don't add my geniality to my passion roll, do I?
Not to a passion.
No.
Okay.
I don't think.
That's a 3 out of 15 success.
All right, so that's a success. So you get your plus. Was it +5? Right? Is what
Plus
we're-
5.
Yeah.
And then my geniality is
2.
2? 2. So I'm getting +7 to this intrigue roll. Hell yes.
Now remember, you have to meet or beat at 24.
Oh,
That's a
man.
critical 20. Critical
There you go.
20.
It's,
Sorry, Bob.
yeah,
I'm ruining this plot thread for you. It's out of here.
No, you can.
out of here.
You can take.
It was a natural 20 anyway. Yep.
I can tick intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
I've already ticked it this session.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I made it exactly 1 round of, or like 2 rounds of feast this year before I ticked it.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so this is you looking around the room, seeing what your options are. I'm going to give you a couple and kind of let you decide what way you want to do this. So there's Matic, right?
Mm-hmm.
He isn't the best at intrigue, but he has the prince's voice, and he likes you guys. There's Duke Ulfius, who you guys haven't really done a ton for, but he's technically, like the Count would technically, even though he's his own warlord, falls under the Duke of the Vale's like realm, right?
Right.
And the Duke of the Vale, just so you know, like that was Uther before it was Ulfius. It was Prince Uther was the Duke of the Vale before Ulfius, and Ulfius is like his number 1 boy, so he's got a lot of clout. Like it's like his bestie kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Bernie Pants or Bellius. So you know that there's a lot of value with him because you guys have fought alongside him. He's a little bit more socially competent than Matic, and his voice goes a long way. There's also a wild card here tonight. One you met prior. I did delete one of my NPC icons, and I'm super sad about that because I'm not as ready to go as I wanted to. But there is the Baroness Pomponia. This was the aunt of the
9-year-old knight.
Yeah, the youngest knight ever. That guy.
Yeah.
So she is his knight, or sorry, she is his aunt, and she is. You got the impression last time, she is capable of pulling his strings. He is the Duke of the Saxon Shores, and Huntland, where Humblecreek Manor is at, is considered part of the Saxon Shores.
Oh shit! And correct me if I'm wrong, but she was in the party that we defended, right?
No, she wasn't. However, she's more of a wild card to you. That part, like she's she's somehow positioned herself to get the boy knighted at 4 years old, right? And has named his protector, which is one of her underlings, effectively. So she's in a way weaseled herself into a very prominent position where she's almost like regent of the Saxon Shores would be like the way to think of it, right? She is your mom, but the whole Saxon Shores.
So I think the two options I'm leaning towards here are Duke Ulfius and her.
Okay.
And I think probably her, just because if she's done the things that she's done, she's probably pulled way more strings than Dalan could ever dream for. And all we need is a meeting. I might actually approach her. I think I'm gonna go for her.
Okay. So she's here without him anyways, because he's being protected by his
nap
charge.
time.
Yeah, you need to take a nap.
Yeah, probably is nap time. You saw him earlier. He went to bed like an hour ago after he hugged his mom and dad or whatever. No, it's good.
Oh,
I
man.
lose drink.
He doesn't have a living mom and dad. Just kidding.
Oh man.
Oh,
That poor kid screwed. All right.
So the Baroness is at the above the salt, but not at the high table. If that makes sense. When it's a royal feast, there's like another level to it. All right. Yeah, I'll leave it to you. Which route you want to go?
I think I'm leaning Baroness. You guys agree?
Sure roll, man.
Yeah, I think so. It fits the whole intrigue aspect.
Yeah.
It'd be very interesting.
Going to the Duke is the other option, but I just don't know if I carry the weight to get the Duke to care about this, right?
And he's a BFF, banner friend forever. It's not going to. It's a different level and a different sort of weight class, like one that kind of isn't for just sending a letter.
Yeah. If anything, Baroness might have some advice for me. That's I think that's the vibe. I'm going for that one.
The advice is cut him loose.
The advice is stab your friend in the back, and then have a child and make that child a duke. It's a multi-step plan. That was just highlights.
For sure. So you catch her just as she finishes mingling with a couple of important figures, and she turns and sees you, and then nods low and says, "Sir Knight."
Baroness Pomponia, I was hoping to ask your advice on something. Forgive me. I am Sir Dalan of Durnford.
Dalan of Durnford. Where did I hear that name? Ah, you were with the others when King Passion, the prince, hold on, this is Bob fumbling. He had a name. He had like a title. It was like beggar
Vortigern?
prince or something like that. She
Usurper Prince?
no, that
Corpse
was
print, you
that
know.
was that was his dad. Vortigern was
I
like
think his father was, yeah.
But anyways, she says something negative about him. But she says you were with the others when Passion was slayed. You were you were of the contingent that slew him.
Hi. You're well informed. I was actually the one who dealt the blow myself, though I could hardly take credit for the kill. It was a team effort.
I imagine so. Sir Bellius is a very strong, capable knight. He's done very well for himself, well, with his history and all.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
By the way, you've never heard anything bad about Bellius, ever.
No, he's wonderful. I know he is, and also, I'm pretty sure that he was elsewhere when that shit went down.
Yeah.
So whatever, it's fine. Not
Yeah.
important for this conversation. Dalan will kind of smile and goes, I've been honored to serve alongside Sir Bellius in that occasion and a few others, I think. But what the thing I ask for advice on relates to a manor that falls within the young Duke's territory, Humblecreek Manor.
Oh, yes. No shortage of conflict there right now. You must be. That's right, Durnford. That is a manor in Salisbury, not far from Sarum, if I recall.
Aye, you seem very well informed, and I assume you've already put together who I'm approaching you on behalf of.
How is Sir Goratrix?
He's well, though stressed given the circumstances. Not as stressed as he maybe should be, but stressed enough.
Yes, it's really unfortunate the way this has all come about. I can't see it ending any other way than blood at this point.
It certainly seems it's looking that way, though Sir Edward of Idmiston and Sir Goratrix have been making some strong attempts to try to find a peaceful resolution, which I assure you is unlike them.
She raises a brow at that and says, "Oh, have they?" So far, what I've heard is that the offers have involved nothing or taking the newborn child off of their hands and leaving the mother disgraced and childless.
I am unable to necessarily dispute that. You see, Edward has been doing the majority of the negotiations, and while he has a strong heart, a capable sword, and very much the drive to do the right thing, he also is not necessarily the most skilled with politics, negotiation, the like.
That is not uncommon amongst the knights of this island. You leave the island and head to the mainland, and it gets a little different. The Romans have something to do with that.
I've heard stories. My mother used to tell me some, but it's not important. I think that there's still time to pursue any avenue I can, and at the time of most of the negotiations, I was on sabbatical. I think I might have an opportunity to at least open a door that might be closed right now. I was hoping you might have some advice on how I might be able to get my foot into it.
I'm not certain that you want your foot in it at all, but I can understand that you must feel some sort of urge to assist de Winterbourne Stoke, not Gunnet, that's right. I understand you wishing to assist them, but quite simply, the action is upon them. If they wish to settle this in a cordial manner, they have to appease a very stubborn father. I don't see that happening easily. Well, not without offering something worthwhile in return. Thus far, there has been no compensation that I've heard of anyways, regarding some sort of, let's say, settlement on the matter. Not one that would make up for the dowry of a chaste daughter.
I believe that House Idmiston is willing to offer something, but they are, of course, concerned about their reputation. That's part of the reason why I want to see if I can get them to meet under peaceful circumstances. I think if they had an opportunity to make offers, that offers might be accepted. Though if you believe that Humblecreek Manor is not the type to be willing to compromise, or at the very least, negotiate, I'll take that as your advice just as well.
I would be willing to participate in something like this, I suppose. But you must understand, if I'm to go to Sir Hero and offer myself and my reputation to say it is time to meet again, there must be a good reason. There must be a good offer. And there's one That is one thing I have not yet heard. A good offer. Morally
Allow me-
just, perhaps, but good? No.
Then allow me to reconvene with them for a moment. I'll come and see you before the feast is over, and if you find their offers unsatisfactory, then we'll let it die here tonight.
Understood. Sir Knight? She says again.
It was lovely to make your acquaintance, Baroness.
Likewise. You get a you get a sense that she is no slouch in the intrigue department as well.
I mean, she knew more about me in 3 seconds of talking to her than I have learned about anybody talking to them for a whole feast. So I'd say she's doing pretty good, yeah.
She's all right.
All right, we're gonna go to Edward, and then we'll remind me Dalan at the end of, or Liam at the end of round 3, and we'll have Dalan show up for Edward and Goratrix. Do another
End round
round
4?
No, end of round 3. Like we're gonna do the end of round.
Oh, at the end of this round.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And around meeting.
Yeah.
Cool.
End of round huddle.
Okay. I'm trying to think. Edward is kind of fucked up with this revelation that they're going to war with the Saxons. Mix of joy and deep unhappiness. And you know what? I'm gonna draw some fuck me up card.
Sounds great.
Can't think of what else he would do. Oh.
Oh shit,
Ooh.
Bob.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt you,
Yeah.
Mark. I just remembered. I just talked to a lady.
Oh.
Oh.
Mm.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
What's that do?
Oh,
Sorry, I'm not catching the.
Difficult
He's keep a card.
questions.
Mm,
I lose the card when I talk to another lady.
rip.
That's all right.
Ah.
Well,
She saw me talking to the Baroness, and now she is no longer interested. It's over.
I mean, I
Fuck.
totally knew that and got you on that one. I totally remembered that. That was all part of my plan. So there we go.
Master scheme.
Masterful. Yeah, very good.
okay. So I got emergency, which I've got before. A guest sitting next to you begins choking on a piece of food, or great deeds. Several knights asked you to tell of your great deeds, which I think I've also gotten.
Yeah, I think you've done these before.
I think I'm going to choose emergency.
Okay.
So
And-
slightly
This is one
better
of those
at
things you really don't want to fumble on.
that. No, I don't want to fumble on it, but I stand a good chance.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to go for it. I don't think I get to add genealogy or state.
No.
No, this is just straight roll. Success.
Nice.
All right.
So for success, people notice your efforts. Gain +5 glory and +2 geniality.
All right. And this is Iorth of Rensis County. Very energetic fellow. Very
A little too
suspicious. Incredibly suspicious.
I'm trying to blame this on
Very,
assassin.
very
I'm
fearful
more
of the
dragon.
of dragons, which is great. And apparently talks a lot. So yeah,
He talks a lot.
yeah, that's probably what's happening. Iorth is talking away while eating, and takes another big bite of meat and continues talking. And I forgot to roll the. Damn it! I forgot to roll the. We should do that now. Hold on. Stop everything. We need to know.
We gotta
what's-
get the food.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
learn about the food.
Yeah.
What is he eating?
That's
What are we
right,
having?
Of course, what's killing him?
What
It'd
is
probably
what is
be the
currently
Cockatrice.
ending his life?
Yeah.
Cockatrice.
Cockatrice?
I know what a cockatrice is in terms of, the monster, but what's
What
the
is a
food?
cockatrice?
Let's find out.
Oh, okay. It's like a pig.
Perfect.
I think it's cockatrice. I don't think it's cockatrice. I think it's
Cockatrice.
Cock and trice.
cockatrice. I can't be cockatrice. It's a monster.
It's a Michael cockatrice.
It's the only way to kill a basilisk.
Makatakapakulas.
Chakapakalakalis.
Cockentress is it's a pig. It's a dish consisting of baby pig, upper body sewn into the
You're
bottom
suckling
half.
The cockatrice?
Oh.
It's
a crime against
half
God.
Yeah, it's a half
Oh,
pig
fun.
and a half chicken. Welcome to medieval England.
Oh my god, it is.
Oh.
Oh my god. They're like one meat away from the ultimate meat.
Yeah, this is the start of the turducken for sure.
Honestly,
Oh my god, it's
what-
like sewn
how
together.
how far have we devolved to go from the cockentrice to just a couple of birds inside other birds? It's repulsive. We could be having mermaids, like monkeys attached to fish, but no.
That do look quite horrifying. Like just to look at,
Oh, yeah,
it's
absolutely.
awful.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
Like,
god.
I joke, I wouldn't want to eat that. That would upset me.
All right. Well, I'm gonna bring us back. So the choking is happening to the very clearly the cockentrice, eating away, stuffing his face, and begins to choke. And Edward comes in out of nowhere and saves him. And those around kind of clap. He's embarrassed, but he just takes another big drink of his wine and laughs at himself. He gets over his own pride.
Claps him on the back.
And everybody clapped.
That man, Albert Einstein.
And Isleworth was thankful.
There you go.
Yeah. Regardless of what else happens in this feast, you're coming out of this with 5 geniality and 25 glory, which is really good.
Yeah, it's a big.
Oh wow.
It's like Edward's gotten more glory this round than he has like some years, I think.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
For Edward. All right, so we're gonna go on to Goratrix for round 3.
Absolutely. All right. All Goratrix wants to know about the war, he'll find out when he's fighting it. There is nothing that he could understand ahead of time, which is better than hit the enemy with your stick and this is where they are. I'm going to draw more cards.
Don't feel bad about that. It's just how it works.
Yeah. It's how it be sometimes.
It's how it be.
Oh lord. Okay. Several knights speak about their gifts to their ladies. Love, wife, or amour lady. I've got neither of those. But if I succeed, I wax poetic about fair ladies. I get geniality and love. And a critical success offers me a half-price gift. Ooh. On a fumble, no one treats a lady like that, and a knight challenges me to a duel. -3 geniality.
It's like Goratrix, don't get in a duel. Got it.
Yeah.
Next round. duel.
Avoid that.
Well, I should have fought him just so that he got it out of his system.
All right.
You don't understand how much I need combat.
Oh man, this is
It's
a
the only
toast
thing I know
again.
how to do well.
You keep getting
Yeah,
host
the other-
cards. Yeah.
I keep on getting host cards. They love me for some reason.
Yeah. You are the highest glory,
This,
I think, right?
however-
Aren't you? Out of the 3.
I think you are.
Dalan might be higher at this point.
Oh, Dalan was
Oh,
catching
think-
up for sure. I can't remember who was.
I think I was slightly lower. I'm at 3420, not counting this year's.
I'm at 3477.
Yeah, so very
Yeah,
close.
So yeah, I'm slightly
So
higher.
very close, but you're above me.
The hosts they look at me and go, now that's a man I can manipulate. All right. I would like to go for host calls for a toast because that's all of us, and we can all stand to get something so long as we don't fumble.
Yeah.
I think also because the host card, you have to take it. I think that's how.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But I choose to go for the mandatory thing.
I
You
choose
see,
to accept
it's
the
all
mandatory
part of my
thing.
I
plan.
made the choice.
So we roll courtesy, and we get to add our geniality, which for me is not that much at the moment, but I am still riding high off that hospitality passion.
Wow, like, thanks to my geniality, my courtesy is not trash.
Yeah, mine is still crap. But we all roll courtesy, and the winning character gets +2 geniality, with a partial success giving us geniality.
I have 5, correct?
Yep. 5 geniality. All right, let's see how this goes.
Don't fumble,
Every
Goratrix. I know you live by the law of comedy, but don't fumble.
every one of you is testing courtesy, and you're testing it with your geniality as a bonus.
Yes.
Yeah. Including.
And you
do I
would
also-
also add your Goratrix passion.
Yes,
Sir
I was about to say.
Yes.
Are we up to 3 now? I am up to 3. Edward's up to +5. Very nice.
Yeah.
It
You
did
got
not
good.
help me.
That is
Nowhere
a 9
near.
out of 20 success on courtesy.
Yeah.
Nice.
This is gonna go to Dalan then, right?
Oh,
I finally
absolutely.
got a speech. I've done it. I've finally done it.
All right, so that's
2 geniality for him.
one for Goratrix, right?
Yep.
And then Bark just gets, you don't make a complete idiot out of yourself, which is like, hey, that's a step up for Edward sometimes, depending on.
Yeah.
Yeah, Edward had some moments. We're by the way, we're talking about NPCs that people focus in on in games. I just like to note that Jareth was literally pulled out of one of these cards. Like his entire
Yeah.
existence
That's right.
came from one of these cards. So,
Oh, fuck that guy.
He will go back.
He lived by the
here
cards. He will
to
die
the
by them.
abstract. He will die by the cards. He will return to the abyss that spawned him once I cut him into small, thin slices.
Shit. Oh, wow. You're going to turn him into a cockatrice.
I'm going to turn him into a deck of cards.
all right, and that brings us to the end, right? To the end of this round. So we're gonna do the team huddle at the end here. The 3 of you get back together.
Okay, so I might have a lead for you.
Oh, yes?
Well, I talked to the Baroness Pompinia, got it. I talked to the Baroness Pompinia, and she's not the mother. She's the regent.
Aunt.
She's the aunt, right? She's the aunt of the young Duke of
Tiny Knight.
right, in charge of Humblecreek Manor ultimately, and she said that she would be willing to flex some muscles to get us a meeting with them, but she needs to hear your offer first on what you intend to offer them in order to resolve this peacefully. If she approves of your offer, she'll make sure it happens, or at the very least, we'll get to meet.
Sir Dalan, I have heard their offer and what they want from House Winterbourne Stoke, and we cannot afford it. We are not a wealthy house. They ask essentially for something worth 5 times a normal dowry.
How long do we have for that? How long is the offer stay on the table?
Right now, I'd say likely until the end of the feast, but I could speak to her again and double check, see how long she'd be willing to wait. Though I get the
might need to
impression
speak with my uncle.
I get the impression that you might not get that long. It seems like
here.
if he's here, then you might want to do that.
I'll see if I can find him. Maybe he's around here.
I can't
Sir
offer
Edward,
much.
the price that they want, what has been done to them, it can't undo a child. I don't know if it's within my capabilities, and it's certainly not within something that I would want a friend to shout for me. This isn't a bar tab.
You don't have to impress the Lord of Humblecreek Manor. You have to impress Pompinia. If she can get us the meeting, I'm confident that we could work something out. But you have to present something. If you go in empty-handed, well, then it's going to end in blood. He's not willing to negotiate without you bringing something first.
Generally, where most of our wealth came from was Actually, I can't quite recall. So probably political favors and our horses. But in the past years, with the attacks that have been done to us by either bandits, Saxons, or eldritch cults, frankly, I was surprised we did as well as we did this Christmas.
Oh,
And
by
that,
the
I think, is due to divine intervention. Oh, yeah.
yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I wanted to make a note for you on that because as you're reflecting on it, you can test spiritual for a very interesting little doodad here.
Would my thingy apply? My passion?
What is it again? Oh,
It was hospitality at this point.
I think you've already rolled it, so it would apply.
yeah, it applies regardless.
Applies to the whole
Gotcha.
scene.
Yeah. Oh, God, failure. I
It's
keep on
cool.
failing spiritual, even in the face of just abjectly spiritual things.
It's okay. Yeah, but yeah, you get lost for a second in recalling just how like otherworldly everything
Yeah.
worked out for you. Like it was like the best harvest you've ever had, kind of thing.
Yeah. It was bizarre.
Well, I would say, unfortunately for me, I come from a family where most of my brothers are already married. At least most of my brothers that are worth anything. I do have one thing to offer. Whether or not they would go for it is a completely different conversation.
It's
I can't
another
exactly
thing,
offer up the lord of my house.
I would not ask your family to go into this marriage either, considering the bride price that they asked for last time. I would happily take this upon myself if we could pay it, but we can't really. And also, I'm the only marriageable person in my household, because everyone else is dead.
Gentlemen, remember, we don't need to self-flagellate, we don't need to throw each other, or throw ourselves onto the spear for each other just yet. All we need is an offer to bring to Pompinia. Don't worry about what the Lord of Humblecreek Manor has asked for, Hiram. Just bring something, whatever you can offer.
I'm mostly worried because if I bring up what I am thinking to offer without checking with my uncle first, I may just find myself on the wrong side of my entire family. And I want to avoid that as much as possible.
I would like to avoid that too.
Again, I am tentatively a part of my family.
Then I suppose our best bet is to win the duel.
Which I totally can do. But no, my excitement isn't due to that. It's due to another idea. Can I offer things in the future? Like an ongoing... Because with the horses that we breed, we could give exclusive trading rights or something. Can we do that? Is that a thing that's done?
Is Goratrix trying to set up a payment plan?
Yes! Yes, he is!
Dalan shrugs and goes, it might be worth it to at least offer. I'm uncertain.
Perhaps, but I don't think that's exactly what he's after.
No, it isn't. I got all excited. Winning the duel is not the problem. Well, it kind of is. I don't want people to die because of a mistake that I made. I don't want people to suffer because of that. But at the same time, I can't just go through with it. I need something to offer that I can offer. I'll think of something. It will most likely have something to do with horses.
Well, you have until the end of the feast.
Oh boy.
Whatever happens, Goratrix, you'll be all right, and we'll be by your side.
Thank you. It does mean a lot. War can't come soon enough.
Who knows? Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll all die.
Oh,
Save us the
please.
trouble.
Hey, leave me out of that one, please.
That's like the most Edward quote we've ever heard. So.
Indeed.
Yeah, okay, I think that brings us to round 4.
Round 4!
Back to Dalan. Final round. What do you want to do? consider.
Now I can bring the offers to the Baroness after the feast. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then I would like to draw from the deck, please.
All right.
Deck 1, Gentlewoman. Oh no. 2,
Oh.
God, parenthesis S, shines upon you. Gentlewoman, a lady takes a shine to you and helps spruce up some of your clothing. At the start of each round, you can keep this card or discard it. If you keep it, +2 geniality per round. You cannot draw cards while you keep this one. Discard this card if you are forced to change your clothing. Interesting. Number 2, gods shine upon you. The powers above shine upon you, and everyone sees you in a different light. Keep this card. While you do, gain +5 to all courtesy, dancing, flirting, and orate rolls. You get +1 geniality on each courtesy, dancing, flirting, or orate.
It sucks
Roll
when you pull those
spiritual-
cards in the last round.
Yeah.
I know, the
and-
very end.
Mm,
Roll spirituality each time you use this card's bonus. Failure, discard this card. That's great. That's not helpful to me. I think I'm
No.
gonna get Gentlewoman, because I'll at least get 2 at the end of this
Yeah.
round, right?
yeah.
I can't wait till
Yeah.
Florence gets that card.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. All right, Gentlewoman. This nice lady comes and cleans off my armor.
You know what? Let's say it's 50-50. There's
Huh?
so pick high or low.
Hi.
High. Okay. So anything a 51 or over, or actually, sorry, we'll go 11 or over, is the same lady from before.
Congrats.
Oh no.
Hey,
Hey,
Ah!
you got it.
it is. Yep. So she's returned. She comes back. Maybe this is something where Dalan first comments or compliments her on the new dress or whatever, trying to make up for the fact she had to change it. It.
Yeah. Your shoes look round. No, I mean, you look lovely. I thought you looked lovely before, but you look equally lovely now, or more. You look more lovely.
She smiles, and then Ingrid goes about making a note of your armor, and she says, almost teasingly, she says, "I wish I could say the same about you, Sir Knight, but your armaments could certainly use a bit of cleaning, wouldn't you say?"
They keep telling me I shouldn't wear armor to these things, but I can't help but feel a little bit more comfortable in it, even if it's just the light padding.
Maybe it's more like not full armor, but maybe you're
Yeah,
wearing
it's
one of your
like little bits of leathers, whatever would help
You-
obfuscate
probably a
Dalan's body
gambeson.
type.
Yeah. Gambesons are nice and padded, and there is absolutely no way you're seeing anything about your body shape under the padded jacket.
Exactly.
Oh,
Plus, it's helpful if, we're trying to sleep and, Saxons attack or whatever, like...
this never happened.
I've never found clothes to be an obstacle in that case.
That's true. That's actually true. The great story that would have been great if it was that was a story we used for Edward earlier. Was like, were you the naked one that killed all the Saxons?
Yes, that was me.
All right. Is there anything else you want to do with that, Liam?
I mean, I can't roll a flirt, can I?
Not in. I mean, you can make one. It just won't count as a flirt action. But
Yeah.
it's not going. I think the story is playing it out, so it's kind of working out in that same way. It just doesn't give you the automatic bonuses to wooing her.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I mean, Dalan was never gonna ask for her hand in marriage. That's gonna cause so many.
Yeah,
Or court. He
it's
never
Way too
asked a court.
complicated.
Yeah, that's gonna complicate things real fast. But I want this character growth for Dalan. I want her to say something nice.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, I think,
All right.
and she's gonna continue to flirt with Dalan anyways. So I think that's definitely.
Okay, cool.
You do not have a
Yes.
+8 to this because I added the 3 geniality from this already. It's just a 5 plus 5.
Gotcha. What's the original? What?
You've got 5 geniality before everything in this round gets added.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. So, so my normal roll +5 plus the Goratrix. Gotcha. That's a successful flirt,
Hey!
just barely, baby.
There you go. So our little
You
knight's
just have
growing
to-
up. Yeah.
He is, yes. You've just got to keep Goratrix in your heart.
Yeah.
You have such a gentle touch, gentlewoman.
Yeah. There's probably at least a couple of awkward comments in there. Like, oh, it's fine.
Good. I'm so proud of her. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah, good on you, Elizabeth.
Why don't we go to Edward now? I think now's a good time to shift.
Okay. So here's mostly the question. Is it possible that Edward's uncle would be here?
Is it possible? I would say unlikely. So
Yeah.
why don't we say, but unlikely, I'll roll for it. Let's say if it's, we'll use a D100 this time. If it's 1 to 25, then yes. No.
No.
Balric is.
Okay. Could Edward offer? I really can't think of anything I can do in this moment to help out, so I think I'm just gonna draw cards.
Okay. No, that's
Good,
fair.
good.
I
I
think
will
this is my
throw
best
myself in
option.
front of this spear.
A generous
Oh,
knight.
that could be interesting.
That could be useful.
Yeah.
Or a faux pas. You know what? 'Cause
Interesting.
I think I'm gonna take generous knight. A rich
This
and
is
generous knight
really-
asks you about your circumstances at home.
Yeah, so is this something where you would have maybe made mention, how are things at home, and you would have been like, perhaps there would have been prosperity, but what prosperity has been offered to the church or something like that? Because you literally did just hand a bunch of leave.
Yeah.
And then that impresses this knight.
Okay. That works.
Yeah.
Generous Knight is
Interesting.
really appropriate considering what's been discussed amongst us just minutes prior.
This is gonna
It
be
is, yeah.
Edward borrows a bunch of money and immediately pays off a loan shark with it.
This do you want someone random, or is this Matic?
Can this be Matic? I'd love for this to be Matic.
I think it would be Matic.
Really?
like,
It
checking
would
in.
be really cute if
like
it
he-
was Matic.
You're his entourage, right? Like he's checking in on his boys.
Yeah.
This is Edward.
Matic would be nice. The alternative would also be Yorworth, the guy who got his life saved.
Oh
But
yeah,
I do like Matic.
Yeah,
Look at
that would
Matic.
be a good one too. The choking knight, that could be really interesting. Like you just saved his life, and we did identify that he was like very thankful.
Oh, I'm trying to think of which one would be the best. For me, I want to say Matic, because Matic is like Edward's boy. He's really into Matic as a person.
Okay. Yeah. So Matic will approach Edward when he's alone, and he says, "I was told specifically to let you know that we were fighting Saxons soon."
Yes, I'd heard, and I could not be more ready. Finally, to push them from our shores once and for all.
Yes. It's about time that coward of a centurion king asked for our plea. So we'll ride north to Malahaut, and we will drive them out.
Yes. Oh, If only it was so easy to fix my own problems at home. Knight's sword is only useful for one thing and one thing only.
Indeed. How are things in Salisbury?
Not the best. Mostly due to this whole fiasco surrounding the bastard child.
Oh, yes.
Of no one in particular.
Goratrix hasn't killed him yet.
Seemingly not.
Why?
We're hoping to avoid such a confrontation due to the king's asking that it is so.
Oh, right. He did show that. Well, I suppose knights on the battlefield are important. What is it that holds you back then from a peaceful solution if death is not the answer?
Seemingly, a dowry, or I suppose a bride's price. They ask for something that simply cannot be done, for there is not much to offer anyway. The only real person in my family I could offer up to try and fix it would be my brother Cadfile. But unfortunately, they do not take too well to bastards.
Ah, your squire.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, listen, if you've served well alongside me, the three of you were around when, well, the day we met. Merlin. Still no Merlin, he says, like, under his breath. And then looks back to you and says, anyways, yes, if Libram is all you're after, you know that you can come to me. I am the Prince of Logres, after all.
Of course. You are, as always, a fantastic friend. And also, I have one question, Bob.
Yep.
This is kind of a little bit outside of things, but how does legitimizing a bastard go about? How does that work?
It typically needs to be done by the father, and Morganor is dead. It can be done by marriage, in a sense. Like if you were to marry matrilineally into another family, then your blood wouldn't matter as much. It would be the maternal
You
line.
become part of that family, yeah.
Yeah. Otherwise, you would have to be raised somehow to the equivalent of high blood for another purpose.
Okay.
So,
I was wondering if that was something a person of royalty could do.
There still needs. They can.
Member.
They absolutely can, but there would be a refute. Like, so if you were to be legitimized, first off, if Edward were to be legitimized,
if Edward doesn't want to be legitimized, because that causes problems. Okay. This is about Cadfile being legitimized because he is younger than Florence. I think he's the young. He's not the youngest. But it would mean that he would be a legitimate member of the family, and thus an actual off.
I see. It can be done. There could be, let's say that led to that's how contested it happened all the time. That's how contested.
Yeah, that's how contested.
Yeah, that's how pretenders come about and such.
The idea is that even if he was legitimized, he could not actually contest control of the family because Florence is older and still alive.
Yeah. So that wouldn't be a problem. But if Florence were to gain, say, more manorial property down the road, it's possible that he would try to have some claim to your manor. It gets messy.
It does get messy.
It can be done. Yep.
Okay. That's very useful information to know, but I don't think it's as useful in this point in time.
Okay. He's not going to pull the trigger on it here with Matic?
No. Yeah. Well, because I feel like that's like a quick way to get assassinated by your own family. Forcing another member of the family they may not want to be
I mean, it's not like your uncle literally looks like Littlefinger, so you're fine.
I still don't trust him.
speed run family assassination.
Yeah.
Any
But
percent.
the day you grew your goatee was the day that I discovered that I couldn't fully trust you.
Yeah.
Curse your sudden yet inevitable
Hmm.
betrayal.
I think
Absolutely.
with this, Edward would say, there is perhaps something I can ask of you, but it is something that I might need to ask at a later date. It is important that if I am to offer something to the Lord of Humblecreek, it is something of value. Thus, I might need something raised into value.
He doesn't seem to fully get it, but he says, "Yeah, well, then ask away, now or in the future."
Shall have to be in the future. I'll speak to my uncle as soon as I can. Thank you, Maddox. You have been a great help. Though, sure you.
He just nods to you and he says, "I look forward to riding north."
Oh yes, that is truly going to be exciting.
Okay, and we're gonna go to our final feast action with Goratrix.
Hell yes, that was a very timely card.
Yeah, it was. I love when the
Um,
cards come together like that.
Exactly. Love it when a cards come together. With that said, let's see how I can turn my luck around and make it negative
Another
with more cards.
I'm gonna call another host card. Just
You're Uther's favorite tonight.
I don't know why.
hey, nope.
Oh,
Oh,
alright.
juicy.
No host card.
Yeah, there you go.
Guest has some juicy tales to tell about the host or other significant guests. Keep this card. I missed the next round of the feast. Oh boy, what a sacrifice. I don't think I can do that because I'm off somewhere listening to gossip. In a subsequent round, I can discard it to avoid the geniality penalty imposed by another card or to gain a +5 on any intrigue roll. Useless.
Ooh.
Very useless.
Keep dancing. You are moved or invited to dance the night away. Success. Your dancing attracts the gaze of an eligible lady. Not the
Attracts the
time,
gaze?
Goratrix. Critical success. Your dancing is admired and commented upon by many. Failure. I'll get it right. I may keep this card until the next round and play it again instead of drawing. If I don't, I get -2 geniality. There isn't another round after this. So I leave this to you, Bob. If I'm going to pick one, it's going to be Keep Dancing. But both of them are kind of toothless.
Well, I think Keep Dancing has social implications regardless.
Yeah.
Even- right? So I would say that
If
one.
I fail, though, I don't miss another round. I can't miss another round.
Yeah. Keep this card until the next round and play it again instead of drawing it. Yeah, it's okay. Your dancing is admired. Yeah, no, I think.
I'll keep dancing.
Yeah, I think Keep Dancing's interesting regardless.
All right. Let's do this. I will dance. Does my geniality apply?
I think
Yeah,
it's a quarter
it
skill,
does.
so yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. In that case, let's do this.
Just keep dancing.
Failure, unfortunately. 12 from 9.
And was it do a -2? Or no?
No, only if he doesn't do it
only-
in the supplicant rounds.
Okay.
Yeah, and there isn't a subsequent round.
Yeah. No, okay. So yep. You're dancing, it just doesn't attract anyone.
Yeah.
You're just having a good
I'm
time.
trying. Yeah,
Having
he's
a-
just having a good time. He's like, "Whoop, hold on, misstep," and then getting right back to it. He invents the shepherd.
There we go. All right, that brings us down to the end of the feast. We're going to let Dalan do any sort of final closing. So we'll let Edward and Goratrix come back together, but I think Dalan's action means that Dalan won't get this moment with Goratrix and Edward because Dalan's off talking to Pomponia. Is that fair? Or did I misread that? Does Dalan need to talk to Goratrix in order, or
Well, they need to tell me what they're offering.
Yeah.
for
Okay.
Sure.
Let's
If we
bring
put
you
our
back
heads
together for that.
together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Mhm.
All right. I think despite everything, I'm having an okay time.
Well, that's good. Any progress?
Also,
Sort of. That's better than I had.
I have a possible way that will keep the Lord of Humblecreek happy and hopefully wear this all out under the rug.
Oh.
As well, though it will require me convincing my uncle some.
Ah.
However, I think I can safely offer up Cadfael as a potential husband and suitor for this lady of theirs that's been besmirched.
I
Oh?
don't want Idmiston to suffer unduly on my behalf. That was what I wanted to avoid.
And
Also,
also,
isn't he... Oh, yes?
I have spoken to Maddox, and he is willing to offer me some help in this situation, monetarily.
Oh,
After all, he is the prince.
Huh.
As
I
well,
forgot he was rich.
yes, he's very he's the... Never mind. The point is, I think I have enough to both balance my family's possible predicament, as well as attempt to make catfighting for the family. However, I will need to convince my uncle, as he is the one stewarding the house.
Yes.
I see.
To
No,
do it,
that's...
I might need to do a bit of something I am not the best at.
At the mention of politics, Goratrix makes the... Well, he wouldn't make the sign of the cross. He makes the elder sign with his hands.
I would need to make it sound like an tempting offer to be able to take on this debt that should by all rights be given to another. However, if I can convince my uncle this will give us leverage, he may just go for it. However, I know that puts your family in an awkward predicament, but it would be enough that the reputations of our two houses be calmed.
If I have to be in debt to anyone, you are a great person to be in debt to. We have, the same values.
I did not
More or
say you
less.
would be in debt to me. You would be in debt to my family.
Ah.
Under a technicality, I would have no real control over such a debt.
Oh, yes, you'd be married out. If you marry Lady Hera.
That
What
is...
do you at that point, by the way?
Yes. That is something I did want to speak with you both at some point, but I do not know if this is the best time for it.
I see.
No, if you want to talk, half of this is because of relationship drama anyway, so it's on brand. So, I think this is good, and it's something that I too can convince my uncle of. In that it is a way to use influence that we have already kind of got, and our friendship with the prince to do something. You'll be getting money from him, which you can use to lever your family into legitimizing Cadfael, and then going from there for a marriage. So it's something we can offer if money itself just fails. Because, yeah, that's better. And because it's not your family doing it for no reason, I feel less guilty. And because I feel less guilty, I can accept this.
I would worry if your family is ready to accept a possible other house having power. My house will expect something from this, be it a favor or something.
I mean, worst comes to worst, could I not ask Maddox for the money and then offer the money?
This is also this would also be a blow to my family's way. something more will need to be given. As well, there's always danger to the bastard.
Your mic's cutting out again, Mark, for some reason. It does this
Oh,
weird
shit.
thing where, yeah.
Nah, I might just be talking too quiet on the wrong tone. Is it any
Well,
better?
It's good.
It's good
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
It's really
sort of
clear and
like
crisp,
90% of the
and
time.
then it loses like whole words, and then
Okay.
it'll come back in, lose parts of words. So I'm not sure what that is.
Okay. Just might be the way I'm talking. See if I... Anyway.
As I've said, if that would be too complicated, could I not indebt myself to, well, the prince, and then just offer them money, which was what they were asking for in the first place? I just didn't have it.
I think they wanted a bit more than just money.
I don't want either of you to do this too lightly. I mean, it will avoid death, it'll make the king happy, sure, but
Well,
also...
this may... Go ahead.
No, sorry, go ahead, finish.
As well, this may be a little more scheming than I'm comfortable with. But Cadfile was with us the night that we were there. If that was the case, it would be a legitimate child.
Well, it would...
I understand what you were implying there. That's... Oh, man.
Would it, though? Because the child was born out of wedlock.
If they married, the child could easily be legitimized.
I see.
After
That
all,
is
the parents
dishonest.
are blood.
There's a lot of parts to this, and while I appreciate your thought and effort, and I think it's likely the best chance you have at peace, I'd like you to also be mindful, too, of the risk as well. You are using Maddox's resources for your own gain, though he offered them freely. I have recently warned him to be wary of those who try to use him for things. Not that you were that kind of person, of course, but still.
I thought that was exactly what we were doing, but I digress.
And what further, this isn't going to ever just go away completely. There's always going to be a bit of scandal around this, and should things go the way that they do, it might only endanger your brother as well.
What? Cadfile? He can
Yes.
handle himself.
So be it then. If that's the case, then I say I'll bring my findings to the Baroness.
Indeed. As it is, we have two offers, I suppose. One which is a marriage into Idmiston with a legitimized son. The other, money. Either way, it's made possible now because of Maddox's generosity. We'll have to do something nice. We'll have to figure something out when we're on the trail together.
Indeed.
I have a bad feeling about this, but I suppose it is the best shot we've got. All right.
I need to go talk to my uncle. If you hear in the next few days that I have suddenly killed a poison, don't look too close into it.
I will kill him.
No, don't. He's, very important to the house.
Oh, okay then. I will not kill him.
Wonderful.
If he kills you.
I say it mostly in jest.
We're doing
Okay.
we're doing great.
All right. We're gonna cut over to Dalan talking to Pomponia, or do you want that to be a scene, or do you want to just say that you relay the information in those two?
I think it would be pretty much just retreading stuff. I mean, I think Pomponia scares Dalan too much to be a romance partner, so I think we're just gonna roll with the given the information and moving on.
Howard.
All right. At the very end of the feast, King Uther stands, and he says, "Knights who've gathered here before me, I want you to understand what is about to take place. I'm calling henceforth a muster. We will be meeting in Lindenpool and riding north to Avaricum in Cumbria. We will ride to the assistance of the Centurion King himself in Malahaut. If he is so gracious as to send his sister, and he motions to the lady who's here. Says if he's so gracious as to send Lady Annest here to speak with me. Oh, I guess she's not sending out. My bad. Lady Annest here to speak with me and to offer an alliance, even short term, between our two kingdoms, that we might drive the Saxons out once and for all. We ride for Lindenpool on the morrow. And with that, he nods. And that's Uther in his super glamorous speeches as he walks off uncomfortably and heads into the crowd. Yeah. All right. Is there anything you guys want to do before? Actually, no. I'm just gonna call for a scene change. I think this is the lot of you. We're gonna do a really short scene with the three of you riding up to the muster in Linden.
All right.
So I'm gonna actually cut us over here. All right, so we'll make this most of the way through. By the way, you ride actually very uncomfortably close to Huntland on your way. Very close to Humblecreek on the road.
Let's break west.
Yeah.
And you're nearing Lindenpool at this point when this little vignette takes place, and we're gonna have it's just kind of the three of you riding on the road again, kind of flashbacks into some of the olden days of the trio here. What do we call you again? What's the
Favoured Sons.
Favoured Sons
Yes.
are once again on the road again together.
For ironic reasons. The best reasons.
And you're riding into Malahaut, and there's something about the Saxons which you assume is either Dira, Nohat, or they've somehow gotten into another part of England.
The Saxon hordes get everywhere. But Goratrix, a change, pretty much.
Whoa!
It's not that a change came over him. It's more that as soon as he knew that he's going to war, it's like, oh, I don't have to worry about politics. Politics is happening around me, and all I have to do is swing my sword at people who probably deserve it. Goratrix is... you've never really seen him too tense beyond some moments where he thinks too much about the situation which he has dug for himself. Now he's downright chipper, and Edith probably doesn't appreciate that one bit. We're getting up at 5 a.m., we're doing exercises.
Got to make that squire work.
Got it.
It's... Oh, sorry. Go ahead,
No,
Bob.
go ahead, Liam. Go ahead.
It's strange to be out here again. Feels like a lifetime ago that we first met out here.
Indeed. Much has changed. Not all in a bad way. Indeed, we've grown in glory and strength.
And maybe a small amount of trauma as well. Both physical and emotional.
Yes. Goratrix scratches idly at the critical injury he took.
I can't stop thinking about what we saw in Camelot Forest.
Still don't
Yes.
know what to think. Such an odd experience. a dream, but
Very much real at the same time.
Well, it manifested a shield.
I know my brother, and I'm certain that we spoke to him, but he seemed so unhappy.
spoke of such odd things. The king of Arthur. House that doesn't exist.
Masters which bid him defend the forest for things that normally take the form of loved ones.
I would think him a madman if we didn't just wake up the night after all that.
I want you to know that should anything... Every battle has brought the risk of death, and none of us have perished, but just in case it does happen this time, I want you to know that I've never met people that I felt I could be myself with before. And it has been every honor to serve alongside you and to call you my friends.
I echo that. The trust that you've put in us, in some places misguided. He says, like, in a, let's say, an uncharacteristic burst of humility. He says, is well appreciated. And I will do whatever is in my power to keep you alive and healthy.
You two are some of my greatest friends. If not, in truth, my only friends. I have not known many that I cared about in this life. I've seen many of them die. But you two have been a comforting constant. For that I have a great appreciation for both of you.
To the glory that tomorrow brings, then.
Indeed. To glory. To
Whatever
friendship.
tomorrow brings, we face it together. To friendship.
All right. And we're going to move over to the actual muster at this point. It takes a few days for the various houses to start to arrive, probably a week. I'm not sure. It's UK travel time on horse in medieval days. I'm not going to pull out a
Yeah,
ruler.
something that Google Maps has.
A fortnight goes by or
Yeah.
something less than that. And before you know it, various banners have arrived. This is probably... You've been in a host about this size before, but you actually see some interesting banners. Why don't you make... you can test one of the following. You can test heraldry. You can test intrigue.
Yeah.
Or you can test battle.
Ooh,
I
I'm
know
good
what
at
I'm
battle, too.
testing.
I want to pick
battle's
battle
in
because
there.
it's my best.
I do
I am
too.
slightly better at intrigue than I am at battle, so that's a 1 out of 17 success for me.
Got it?
I'm gonna do heraldry because it'll get me different information.
And I'm going to pick battle because it's the last one left and it's the only one I'm competent at.
Success!
Oh,
Critical.
Ooh,
Nice.
ooh, critical battle.
Okay, interesting. Okay, we're gonna start with Liam. So, Dalan, in the time of the muster, you notice that there's that there's this gathering of knights. The dukes are coming in. This is a big deal. You notice the various dukes. You notice the banners of Duke Lucius. You notice the banners
Oh, joy.
of right. But he carries with him a lot of knights and a lot of mercenary knights.
Yeah,
He
you've got a lot
himself
of
is
soldiers.
he himself's
He
not
himself
here.
is 4 years old and probably
I wonder,
not here yet.
is he gonna be commanding from his stroller, or
Right? You notice Ulfius is here. You notice. Let me just pull some of the new folks here. You notice Duke Adaris of the March is here.
ooh, he's handsome.
Yeah.
You notice Duke Eldol is here.
Oh, he's not handsome.
No, but he is a war hero.
We like those.
Fucking.
And then finally, you've landed in Linden, and Linden's Duke is also present, Duke Cornelius, whose
Oh.
image didn't show. So that's too bad.
He's a ghost.
Yeah.
Look
Formless
out.
void.
Yeah.
So I just love imagining. Oh God, what was his name? Duke Lucius's first word to be kneel, kneel before me, kneel in fealty.
See, I was gonna go with I want to see the bad man fly. That's what I was gonna see.
Indeed.
just make you hate him even more, right? Hate him for that.
Full
that-
Robin Aaron him.
Yeah. And why don't you give me a sec here? I'm just gonna go ahead and fix this because this guy is gonna be an important piece to what's taking place in the future. So give me 1 sec.
Write that down.
Oh boy.
You show us a picture and we're like, we've never met this man in our life.
Right? It won't take me long. If it did, I wouldn't do it. So give me like 30 seconds, and I should have this up and running.
Cornelius. Wait, who?
Right?
It was the guy. It was the suit-wearing executive at the beginning of the
Who's
movie.
the
You weren't
dude?
paying
I've
attention?
never seen Cornelius in his life. I don't know what you're talking about.
He's an invisible man. He's got an invisible plan.
All right.
Oh, he's one of these magic types, is he? I'll show him.
Okay. I put that together reasonably quick.
There
we
you go.
Hey.
All right. So that's Duke Cornelius. He is your host in Lindenpool. Like this is where you're mustering, is in his lands, his castle, his main castle. And your intrigue response is you catch wind. There seems to be some hospitality here, Dalan. So Duke Cornelius of Lindenpool, he suggested that it would be better to let Malahaut and the Saxons fight each other first, then march in to conquer whichever of them is still standing.
I like that idea. Sounds pretty
He was
smart.
overruled by Uther.
Oh, for God damn it!
You think your tactics and strategy will work?
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. The next point is you remember Bedegrain. That was the place you first got wounded, and Goratrix found out
Yeah.
that Dalan was a woman.
Yes.
That was how long have you been a woman? I believe was the exact comment.
Yes, that was
Yeah,
his exact
exactly.
words.
So this is the point where you realize that Bedegrain, which borders on Lindenpool, actually was once part of like a greater kingdom in the north, and the kingdom's now separated into petty kingdoms, and Malahaut stands to be the biggest. But with Bedegrain conquered, naturally Uther's claim, if they're not going to bend the knee to him, this is one of the collegiate guys that didn't accept Uther as High King. Uther could
Right.
try and force this Malahaut king as well. It's actually he didn't choose to do that. He didn't want to wager letting them suffer against each other. He wants to go in and smash the Saxons.
Okay, so he's got a reason. It's not just the glory.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah, Dalan will fireside talk that, relay all that information to everybody else.
And you might have a moment where you want to chat once all three of you have it. So I'm gonna give you guys a second for that. But first, we're gonna cut over to Mark and heraldry, right? So
Yeah.
with your heraldry, you notice that in Salisbury there is no Sir Jareth here, though Jaren is present.
Okay.
You also notice knights from Summerlin County, which is surprising. They don't tend to. Summerlin doesn't tend to participate. You're actually surprised to see them here.
They were having some issues last time I heard too.
Yeah, they were causing some issues.
Yeah, they were causing some
Yeah,
issues.
they caused some
Sorry,
issues.
there were issues in their land. It was them.
They
Yeah.
caused issues. We fucked them up.
There were insurgents, and by insurgents I mean they were upset about us coming in.
Yeah, Roderick's here, Amig's here, Lad's here. Like all the old boys are here. On top of that, like Bellius, you spot Matic in the crowd. The Huntland County Humblecreek Manor, Sir Hyrule and Sir Every are both here for this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you're able to recognize through heraldry all those key names I'd mentioned before.
Okay.
You also see Sir Urin is here, and that is the knight who, the drunk knight who you shoot
Mhm.
off from the woman you're courting, the lady you're courting.
Is that actually his name? Because that's unfortunate.
Sir Urin,
Yeah.
Urin. Yeah.
Doesn't
might
matter how
need
you
to-
say it.
I might need to take a break in a couple of minutes to talk to Sir Urin. You know what I mean?
All right. That is
There's
the guy.
there's no good way for that name to be Uren.
Urin. Sir
Urin?
Urin.
Oh.
Yeah, I like that. Probably will forget it in a second, but I dig
And
that.
Yeah, it's fine.
and Uren, Uren so far away.
Thomas, one thing you notice when you're laying out the battle lines, you're like, okay, we got all the dukes here. We got, and yep, I see the dukes. There's the 5 dukes, and wait, 5 dukes? Yeah, no, I only count 4 dukes. Where is Gorlois?
Oh, again with the Gorlois.
Yeah, so the forces of Cornwall are not present.
We don't need them.
I'm gonna give you, even though you're not an injury guy, I think would it be safe to say that Goratrix would probably ride up to somebody and with no sensitivity to the word just say, "Where's Duke Gorlois? Where's Cornwall?"
Absolutely. Goratrix has the ghosts of his family basically saying, do intrigue stuff. This is what our family's for. So I will do that. I'll go up and ask about where a full 5th of our forces are.
You hear,
except
yep.
I will do that in just 1 second because someone's knocking at the door.
Okay.
I'll be back very soon.
All right.
I might
Yeah.
take that opportunity to go
why don't we
talk to
take
Sir
a 2-minute intermission here, and we'll
Alrighty.
we'll get back soon.
Super sorry.
Oh no, he's here. You can head off, Liam, if you want. And
Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Cool.
So you hear that Gorlois has reported back that the Irish are currently raiding Cornwall, and so therefore he can't come.
Well, that's fair. Is that true?
Are you asking the person you're talking to?
Yes.
They say, we'll say this is Ulfius, like this can be Roderick actually, because your count's here. And Roderick says the king doesn't think so. And quite frankly, after so many times now, I doubt him myself.
Indeed. As it is, it's been 1 out of 3 large musters that he has not appeared for. No, sorry. 1 out of 3 musters that he's actually appeared in. The others making polite excuses. And or threatening war himself.
All right. That kind of concludes like the muster part of this. Is there anything you want to do before you set out to the north, like either of you?
I like to think that Goratrix is really feeling himself with the critical battle. He's probably just like up on a hill somewhere going, yes, and these battle lines will be perfect. I want to be in the van.
There is actually an opportunity. You find that Prince Matic will actually be not himself riding in the van, the vanguard, but he will be, directing the vanguard.
Well, yeah, that's perfect.
So if the 3 of you want with that critical battle, you can become part of the vanguard, even though Count Roderick will not be.
Oh, we're gonna fucking die. Let's do it.
You'd be
though.
joining Maddox's group rather than the
Let's
the
go.
Salisbury
Let's
group.
go. I'm so sorry, Liam.
You're
What?
gonna
What?
die horribly.
Yeah, it's fine. Hey, all this means is that big speech that Dalan gave right before we went on this mission is going to be more valuable.
Yeah, because some of us might die, and that is a sacrifice we're willing to make for glory.
Yep.
But yeah, absolutely. I would like to lever that critical battle into going, Maddox, my guy, my friend. I absolutely want to be where harm's way is.
Okay. All right, so you're gonna ride in the vanguard. Everyone, all three of you, accepting Maddox's offer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
To do less would be unworthy of knights of our skill and status.
For
I
sure.
just love the yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, fine, fuck it, why
Yeah.
not? I guess. Jeez, whatever.
You know, why the fuck not?
I mean, what are you supposed to say? No? Thanks for, that saving my house and family and giving Imiston enough money to buy a son, but I think I'm gonna sit this one out actually.
Yeah.
And so the group rides forward without Gorlois or Gorlois' forces because they're assumed to be suffering from raids by the Irish, allegedly.
Yeah,
Once
the
again,
Irish, after we kick their asses, they're not going down to court.
They wouldn't try that twice.
No.
so
Hmm.
you end up passing through. I'm gonna save any travel, but I did want to show you visually like where you're traveling because these are lands relatively
Yeah,
unknown to you, right?
this is cool.
You end up passing through. I should, I need to give credit where credit's due because it's not my map. This is an awesome guy who will probably have a complete map out on the Pendragon forum or Discord group. So
Right on.
yeah, so this is some stuff he's doing. So this is Wintering House that you pass through. There's really not much in the way of encounters for a giant army like this, so we're not going to bother with them.
The bandits crossed our path.
Yeah.
They think better of it.
Yeah. So you pass through Pockling Town after you're riding north, and you realize that you hear news that ahead at the River's Bend, you'll be riding to the city of Barracombe, and that is the second biggest city next to London in all of England right now. So Barracombe is the Centurion King's primary seat. And with this, I'm going to go ahead and give you folks battle tests or awareness test, one of the two.
I activate a passion.
Okay.
As much as I'd really, really love to use my love of family because it's my best, I could do Loyalty Lord or Love of the Favoured Sons because they're both of 15. Which one's more appropriate in this case?
I so wish that I could use Favoured Sons, but it's so not good for me.
It's a fucking 9. Like, I'm never gonna roll that.
You can test it. Remember, the rules are less punishing for lower scores.
Yeah, the lower one.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
That's
might
true,
not
but it's
be
also
now,
less
but when you're
rewarding.
testing minor passion moments, you could definitely test
Mm.
it. Like,
Yeah.
Considering the stakes of this battle, I do want to try Love of Family, but I can't see how that's more graceful than using the. I suppose I could use Honor. Let's do it. Combat is very important to a knight, and doing it well is even more so. I want to serve my lord, and I want to comport myself as the best knight I could possibly be. Critical.
So good.
Awesome.
Yes.
That will definitely come in handy for you. So
Okay, so that's a +10, right?
Yeah, and you can
Yep.
tick honor.
Good.
Remember, every
Oh,
time
yeah?
you critical, you can tick a critical every time you critical. So.
That's rad.
Very cool. Okay, so let's battle it up. Let's battle it up, baby.
You want to go next, Mark?
Oh, Jesus Christ,
Sure.
that was
What
a
do we?
terrible roll.
I kind of stopped paying attention for a little bit. What are we doing?
Oh,
Rolling awareness or battle?
awareness or
Okay.
battle. This isn't the. Is this the pre-battle? Is that passion for the battle, or were you just rolling it for funsies?
He's testing battle right now. He's
He's testing battle, but it's not for like. It's not going to roll over into the
Yeah,
battle.
we're not
No.
strategizing for the current battle. This is a call he's making. Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
Okay. In which case, Edward will roll battle. Roll passion, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to save my passion for the actual conflict. I think.
Critical.
Woo, Nelly.
We are doing good.
Damn.
That's a success, but not a crit. So.
We're in our element. Of course, Maddox picks us for the van.
Of course. The best choice.
All right. So that's actually really good. Like, so I'm going to explain how this happens. So the assumption was that Ibericum was about to be under siege. That's why this is information that you caught along the way. So so the city was about to be sieged. You believe the Saxons, everyone believed the Saxons to be already there and already sieging. Somehow they caught wind of Uther's march, and as you reach about where you're placed on this map, you see a massive host, like the entire host of what would have been the siege of Saxons, moving quickly towards your army. No matter how quickly and how good your battle rolls were, you will not be able to treat this in any other way than Uther being utterly surprised by this. So Uther is completely caught off guard. You guys are out of position. You have another Saxon group flanking from the forest here. And you're in a really bad spot. And that is where we're going to be continue for next time.
No.
Yeah.
Bastard.
So this is going to be a big battle, and I wanted to go over what we're going to do this right. August is an interesting month for me. I have to be away next week, so I won't be here for the next one for sure. And then on top of that, I'm not sure what shape I'm going to be in for when we get back. We also talked about using the Book of Battle. I'm going to just pull this up because this is PDFs inside of Roll20 now.
Yeah, with the new
Yes,
feature.
That's a very new feature.
Yeah, so this is my Book of Battle, 2nd edition. I'm going to propose that we meet 2 weeks from now and actually work through this book together as like a how-to on the stream where we're learning it on the fly. It'll only be interesting to someone else who actually wants to try and learn Pendragon down the road. But I did YouTube Book of Battle and there's like nothing on it at all. Nothing, like there's no information on it. So
I'd be happy to be an educational resource. I love that.
And then on top of that, we learn it. So we're talking about like, we won't use this for every battle, but I think this is interesting for this one. And I think this will be very granular compared to most battle methods that we would use. So assuming we like it as we read through it and we agree to try it out, then we would meet for one of the last couple weeks in August. And we're going to have a couple of guests for this. We're bringing back Zach as Sir Jaren, and this will be the introduction to Megan's character from Gathering of Branches.
Oh shit! Yeah. I'm gonna accidentally decapitate both of them.
Why break a trend?
Yeah, you almost did to you almost did already to Sir Jaren. So
exactly, I've got to keep pace. Can't fall behind.
Yeah. So
now I've got a very important question, Bob.
Yeah.
Considering the length that it will be until the time that we actually get to swinging swords and killing Nords, Can I keep my honor roll for that episode? Can I get it declared that it would be fun for the battle?
It behaves differently, but I will offer you some kind of like recompense for that. Like I realize that Uther getting caught off guard, kind of makes your battle roll feel useless. It's more that being able to sense that kind of danger, and make an entire army change is just not a thing you can do in enough
No,
time.
not. I didn't mean in terms of the
No.
battle roll affecting the whole thing. I meant in
No.
terms of getting the numerical bonus when the time comes to hit a person with a stick.
I get that. We might count that for round one of the battle for sure. Actually, is what we'll do. But I believe that in the new book of battle rules, when you test, you don't test for the entire battle. You now test for like phases of the battle because battles are more.
Roger that.
There's like
More
a,
like
a
different
middle
sections
layer
of it.
now. Yeah, it's not just like an initiative. There's 7 actions, but it'll be like different contests where you're actually moving units against each other. So the 3 of you
I'm
will be part of the Vanguard unit when we
I'm
do that.
looking at it right now, and it definitely seems like there's a lot more to consider there. But I do like that in my battles. Like I
Yes.
like the cool thematic shit. So
Yeah. Thematic might be better done the way we've done it in the past. This will be a little bit more unique,
This will be crunchier, mechanical,
crunchier.
and
Yeah.
with morale as an actual thing rather than a, you know what, they've got their ass beat.
I think this mode is deadlier from what I've observed with other people using it. This is, I saw one of the characters die in Eric Bulgaris' stream when I was watching that. So, and it was like a long-term character. It was super sad. It's gonna be a deadly fight. This is definitely a go into this with some concern about the outcomes of how this will play out. So,
Thomas is concerned. Goratrix is loving it.
but yeah, there's lots more in store. This is going to be interesting, and this isn't the close of our game entirely. We'll probably still have, or not probably, we'll have a summer phase where we're going to be focused a lot more on your individual, characters and closing them out with their hanging plot threads. So let's go ahead and close the outro. I'm Bob. I run this game. I think I already touted the Book of Battle and the new PDF function that exists in Roll20. I also got a chance to play 10 Candles online last night, and I just want to say it's a pretty cool game. Like, it's very indie, but it'd be super fun in person. The idea is like, it's like one of those like terrible horror movies where everyone is gonna die at the end. You have 10 candles and you blow out a candle every time something goes poorly until there's only one candle left. My
I love
character
that game.
my character was a collegiate track star. I designed him purposefully to be like a douche. He was fast as his virtue. He was reckless as his vice. His name was Brad Manning. He was here to party and get over his ex was the point. He was on this cruise. His moment to shine is when he would receive a missed call from his ex because he was actually like really there to get over her, not to really party. And someone else gave me the Brink card, which is I've seen you kill an innocent person. So that's not something I got to decide. And it came down to the Brink card that the news that the other player gave was that my ex left me for them. So at the very end, we ended up fighting each other like as everything was going to hell. It was super fun. It felt like a really, really, really bad horror movie. It was super cool. But anyways, that's my
would love to reprise my character of Chad Chasington. I love playing Chad Chasington.
Right. We're gonna kick it down to Thomas with your outro. Mark, you're going in and out of like super weird.
Yes, he's going into the Matrix.
Yeah, I think so. Ethereal realm.
But
probably.
yes, me. I don't have too much in the way of content. I am Thomas, and I have been Goratrix, but for how long? We shall see. I'm looking forward to doing the next time. I've just beaten COVID, so having this at the end of isolation was very fun. So thank you for running, Bob, and thank you all for playing with me, and thank you for watching.
and Mark. Oh, I'm gonna take 1 second though. I wanted to say thanks for the raid very much.
Yeah, that was so
Kagome's
nice.
Fury. That was
Yes.
super cool, and it was really fun to see. Woke me up a bit this late at night, so I appreciate it. Now we'll see if Mark, your camera is not working, so we'll see if your audio does.
I see his lips moving, but I don't hear sound, so that
I do
bodes
not.
ill.
Okay, well,
I haven't got either of those two things.
I'll do a bit of a spoiler for this. Mark was going to say, oh, is he telling me not to?
He's cutting his own throat.
He doesn't want you to do it. It's his to take. I got a thumbs up. Oh, he's saying you can do it.
Okay.
He's saying you can do it.
We have a Discord. Please come. We'd like to throw out a bunch of memes and cat posts and shit posts, and come join us, please. I'm not gonna steal Mark's whole shtick. I can't do
You
it.
can't. It's so good. It's irreplaceable.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
We've been robbed by the auspices of technical difficulties.
Yeah, there it is. Look at it.
There's
Yes.
the Discord. Yeah, Mark could do it for us. Oh, we should have done it like an airliner. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Over here we have
Yeah,
Mark.
Yeah. Very nice.
And Liam.
No, it's done fully silent, but then we add captions at the end, like a silent film.
Silent film.
From
We
the
gotta.
1800s.
We gotta. Hi everybody. I was Liam. I played Sir Dalan of Durnford, possibly for my second to last session ever. We'll see. I had such a wonderful time. I'm so sad it's going to be a long time before we play again, but I'm also that's a good thing because that means I'm enjoying what we got. Thank you everybody who stopped by today too. It was so nice to see so many new faces in the chat, or at least on the viewer count. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys again soon, hopefully.
Yeah, and just a note on that, we do have a YouTube, Ticking Time Bob Gaming, where we post all the old videos. So this is episode 22. So if you want to catch up, you're welcome to blow through our backlog. It'll only take,
If you don't recognize any names, it's because it's the 22nd episode.
Exactly, 100%. Anyways, thanks everyone. I'm going to sign off there. Take care.
Bye.
See ya.